It's the season-long race to the CME Globe on the LPGA Tour. And this week, Shanghai in China has been playing host for what is the start of 5 weeks on the Tour's Asian swing. And 30 kilometers southwest of downtown is the stunning Chichong Garden Golf Club, the home for every edition of this event, where it's set up for a Sunday showdown at the Buick LPGA Shanghai. Maybe a first amateur win on the LPGA Tour in over a decade. 16-year-old Ying Xu is lurking. A season to remember for the rookies, and Jenny Bay hoping to become the record 8th to capture a title in 2025. So-Mi Lee has won a pairs event, but now has the opportunity to take one on her own. The Koreans 3 back. 2 of the best players in the world are in the rearview mirror of the leader, Minjee Lee, one of the year's major champions, and the world #1, Gino Thitikul, looking to overcome the heartbreak of her recent near misses. So quite a task ahead for Minami Katsu, the Japanese on course to become the latest first-time winner this season. Well, what an excellent front 9 it's been. Minami Katsu leading at the start of the day by 2 shots. Pars from the final trio at the first, and this was a tee shot at the downhill par 3 second.
Yeah, what an excellent start that was.
So she made birdie there. So did Minjee Lee. But Minjee Lee in trouble at 3, found the bunker off the tee, couldn't save par there. So Katsu had emerged with a nice little gap. Here she is at 4, the par 5.
Par 5, back up the hill, unreachable. Her third shot in there to nice 5 feet.
Gino Thitikul birdied the 4th hole. There was a moment actually where Minami Katsu had a 4-shot lead before Gino joined her with the birdie there, then birdied the next.
And Aileen Kim, the former US Open champion, making a bit of a run of it today at the 8th to set up her 3rd birdie of the front 9.
Yeah, out in 33 for her, as it was for Lindy Duncan, the American, peppering the flag at 8.
Jenny Bay on the par 3 7th, the American rookie, going for her first win. And she needs to keep up that putting.
Well, the leader was in a bit of trouble here. Katsu struggling to save par, and then Gino ramps up the pressure. But incredibly well, didn't she do, Minami Katsu?
Yeah, and as we were saying, the AIG Women's Open winner rolling in another birdie there on the 9th.
Yeah, she's up to 15 under. But after saving par in splendid fashion at 8, knowing Thitikul was in close at 9, they had matching birdies. So 20 under par, 1-shot lead over Gino Thitikul, then a 3-shot gap to the rest. Gino Thitikul, who's been pipped in recent months by Grace Kim, by Charlie Hull, by Miranda Wong. Finished second to all 3 of those players in the last couple of months. Second again at the moment to Minami Katsu as they head to the 10th hole.
Yeah, here we are, the par 4 10th. You've got water on the left and then those bunkers on the right-hand side at 255 to them. We've seen a few players go with 3-wood. The ones who take it on with driver reward themselves with a shorter second shot into this elevated green that just sits perched above them. And the pin today is just very much on that front left-hand side, just 9 yards on, 6 yards from the left, so that bunker on the left is just looming for any shot that comes up a little short.
Well, we're in for a fun ride on this back 9 at Chichong Gardens. Can't quite call it a duel yet, but there is a gap, isn't there, between Gino Thitikul, the world #1 in 2nd, and the players tied for 3rd.
Well, these players did well to get through all that crowd. It was carnage. Amazing scenes beyond this 10th tee box. And I love it when George Harper Jr. says, strap yourself in. Get that impression that we're going to be on some form of roller coaster on this back nine. Par 4, 10th hole, 255 at the bunkers on the right-hand side. So favouring left half here, Thitikul.
Yeah, Thitikul just going with the 3-wood there. Slightly conservative play just to make sure she doesn't go in those bunkers. And as Sophie said, at 255.
Correct there. There's a slight breeze into. It's actually a welcome breeze as well. But even at 255 driver into the wind, it would have crept into that sand. You just can't go in there. Katsu looking like she's got the same play here.
She has indeed, Sophie, the 3-wood also. Quickly down for the tee.
Minji carries driver, 3-wood, 7-wood in her makeup. So this is the 3-wood that she hit into the 9th green. That flag today is at the front. It's the hardest of the pins to get to. So you must hit the fairway here.
Well, it looks like all 3 players have done just that. Aileen Kim just short of the green, so chipped up to here at the par 3 11th.
Yeah, just inside left. Get the speed up, keep going. Oh, that was very tentative from Aileen.
First dropped shot of the day, inopportune moment, so she's back to 14 under par. We're into the back nine Sunday in Shanghai. What a year it's been for Japanese golf. We're on the verge potentially of another Japanese winner. There's been 6 already this year, Katrina.
And that would be the most wins from Japanese players on the LPGA Tour. There's just such a great bunch of them, isn't it? The EY twins, Takeda, Mai Saigo, and then we forget about Nasa Hatioka, who's already a proven winner already.
Yeah, Miyu Yamashita amongst the major winners this year from Japan as well. Yuka Saso as well.
There's so many.
Although, incredibly, Yuka Saso, a major champion last year, but couldn't qualify for the field this year.
I know, she's a slight enigma, isn't it, Yuka Saso? She's got such a good swing. She's kind of tried to mirror it in Rory McIlroy's swing, watched loads of videos, and just so good to look at. It's just, she just needs to sharpen up round the greens and short game.
Just running you through some of the scores out there. Some excellent scores. Yu Liu, 5 under for the day. Christine Gilman was going better, but still 4 under for her round. Yeah, looking for a record 6th Japanese title of the season. There's also been 6 Korean winners this year, by the way, but
just all different ones.
Yeah, as the case has been in Japan as well. Well, hot weather, terrific crowds, and a title on the line. Somi Lee's missed her birdie opportunity here at this par 4 10th, as has Ying Xu, the 16-year-old amateur who's in this group. Shot a back 931 yesterday, Jenny Bay, and you feel if she's going to have any chance, she might need to repeat the trick this afternoon.
Yes, absolutely. She's going to have to go low in this back nine. And a great way to start if she could knock this one in on the 10th hole.
Interestingly, leaving that marker there, maybe as a marker.
A couple of hops. Is it going to turn? Not quite.
Settle for the par. Been in this position before this year. That was in Mayakoba in Mexico, where she was leading going into the final round. In the end, blown away by another Japanese player, Chisato Iwai, winning by 6 shots. But the more you put yourself in there...
Absolutely, that's the old adage, isn't it? You've got to be up there, you've got to experience, you've got to know how it feels like, how your body's going to react when you're up in those pressure-packed situations of the last few groups.
Here is Ying Xu, who has really entertained us this week. Won twice this season on the Japan Tour. Won George's favourite golf title, the Liquor Golf Challenge.
Where's this come from?
Just teasing.
An early dig in the afternoon's proceedings. But fair.
Yeah, 2 wins on a professional tour this year as an amateur. Not that unusual on what is known as the CLPGA. And that is her first drop shot of the round. So she is no longer the leading Chinese player. That is She Yuan Zhou, who's at 13 under.
Sumi Lee just tidying up for par.
Winner of the Dow Pairs event alongside Jin Hee In. She held the winning putt to see off Megan Kang and Lexi Thompson. That was in a playoff.
Got a little puppy on her yardage booklet there by the looks.
Well, the leader making her way. I've been doing a little bit of studying, and apparently Minami Katsu's name has some meaning. Apparently Katsu in Japanese means to win.
Well, that's a perfect surname for a golfer.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it meant a curry.
Well, that's interesting, because apparently a katsu curry is the food that's eaten for good fortune because of the meaning of the name Katsu. So we all like a katsu curry.
We all like a winner.
Yeah, here she is.
Ace iron from 139 yards.
And I'll tell you what, she is going to win if she carries on playing like this. Wonderful shot again from Minami Katsu.
Yeah, that is the best shot by far we've seen into this 10th hole with that difficult pin position.
It is, isn't it? It's one of those that if you're left, you're in the sand. If you're short, then it's just going to catch a bank and trickle down to the front. She opted for the 8 iron. I wonder if Minji Lee is going to try and step on this 9 iron.
Oh, almost. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, they know that Katsu's not going to back down. They're going to have to really try and ramp up the pressure. Wonderful. Almost flew it in there, didn't she, Minji Lee?
It's got a lot of club in her hand here, Gino. So this one will be a 3/4 follow through.
Well, it looks like ordinary, doesn't it, in comparison?
It does, out to the safe side there on the right-hand side of that. Maybe just caught between clubs, made it a little more difficult. Mashta trying a little chip in here on the 11th. Come on. Oh, nicely played.
Lindy Duncan uphill at the par 4 12th. Hates it.
Not really as bad as she made out, but there is a little bit of a slope. If she'd been just 5 yards further, would have kicked it down towards that hole. She knew she hadn't hit it well enough to get that.
Now, Se-Young Kim, who likes to wear the red trousers in honour of a certain Tiger Woods. It's a regular final round thing from her. Tiger used to go with the shirt, but she's gone with the trousers.
She could do with a Tiger-like last 7 holes.
Yeah, it's not been a good day, has it, for Se-Young Kim?
And here's Aileen Kim, who's gone with the red shirt. Can she get it into that back left on the 12th? Yes, a lovely shot.
Yeah, I don't see, saw the news. Tiger actually made a statement yesterday about another bit of surgery that he's got to have, so we wish him well with that.
He's turning into Iron Man at this stage, isn't he? Can't catch a break. Someone who would love to catch a break as well as Jenny Shin. Hasn't had a birdie since the 7th. Doesn't scare the hole on that occasion.
Yeah, 2 bogeys in the last 3 holes, and you have to say that's Jenny Shin's chances gone of a second tour title.
It's only when you get up onto this green that you realise how treacherous that flag is on the left-hand side, and why your caddy said, I know it's a 9-9 distance, Gino, but I'm going to make you hit 8, because I thought 132, you know, that's a 9, what are you worried about? But playing to the right of it is so sensible. I know playing partners have hit it in tight, but the chances of getting 3 in tight, that would be, you know, greedy almost. So Gino played it safe down the right-hand side and still got a decent look. This 10th hole, I've heard you say it all week in the commentary box, everyone is leaving it short when they're hitting towards the left pin position. As I look at Gino, you can see she's high side, then there's a valley that goes downhill, but that last few feet is uphill and into some grain. This is such a good pin, and this would be such a good birdie putt.
Well, it was a decent try. She knows the player she's looking up at the leaderboard has got a wonderful opportunity to make another birdie. Duncan wasn't happy with the approach here. This is the birdie try at 12.
Yeah, an outside chance. And leaving herself one of those 5-footers, not being her favourite distance this week.
So no birdie for the world #1.
I know we spoke a lot about Minjee's putting, but the change in a year has just been incredible. We wax on about strokes gained. She was outside the 150 in players, and I didn't even know there was 150 players on the LPGA Tour for those stats. She's now second. Comparing against herself, she is 2 putts per round better, which is 8 shots a tournament, but this one isn't easy. Outside left for a 3.
Wow.
And I know she missed that one, but I do love her routine. But once she's over the ball, she's quite quick. You know, it doesn't look as though she's thinking about anything too much.
But it's quite a gap already between her and Minami Katsu. Could get wider in a moment.
Jenny Bay on 11. 144. Oh, and just trying to come back a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bowl catching out a few players there. Anything left of this pin by a couple of yards will get swallowed up.
What an opportunity to double the advantage at the top for Minami Katsu.
We saw Minji Lee misread hers, but at least Minami, she's seen Gino Thitikul on this line, how it ran past the hole down that right-hand side, and pace shouldn't be much of an issue.
And another birdie number 4 of the day. What a 3 that is from Minami Katsu. She's enjoying it, and so she should.
So she should. 4 under, 2-shot lead.
Because you're never sure, are you, Katrina? You've been in this position before, and for her trying to win for the first time, you're never sure, you know, with the lead, which is again for the first time, for how you're going to react.
No, you don't. You never quite know how you're going to react to it out there, what pressures you're going to feel. And I think playing with the world #1 as well, just an added pressure. But she's come out, she's hung in, she's, what, 4 under now through 10 holes. She's putting the pressure on them.
Gino tidies up there. Because she would have been the underdog, even though she was leading by 2 at the start of the day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think everyone, the crowd, they're all expecting Gino Thitikul or Minji Lee to make a push, make a run at her.
Aileen Kim bogeyed the 11th. So needed that. Never a smile far from her face. Well, what a start to the back 9 from Minami Katsu. The lead is now 2 in this final round. And significantly, Katrina, 5 ahead now of Jenny Bay and Minji Lee.
I mean, I would say it's nearly becoming a 2-horse race between her and Thitikul. I think if one of those players at 15 or 16 really has to go absolutely lights out on this back 9 now, I mean, I think you're not expecting Katsu or Thitikul the way they're playing to stumble that much.
And, you know, we're talking about Gino, and potentially, she may go on and win this yet, potentially, though, another second place. She was speaking about that yesterday and said, if I had 30 second place finishes this year, it wouldn't bother me.
I find that a little hard to believe, because off those 30, if she had 30 second places, she must have had a good chance in some of them, you'd have had to think.
Well, she has this year, hasn't she? In the runner-up finishes she's had this year on tour, 4 of them.
I think it just shows that she's thinking about it. She knows she's let a few go away, but you're not wanting to admit that really in the media, are you?
No, although interestingly, Minji Lee spoke about, you know, how she felt about letting one go at the US Women's Open last year.
Yeah, that was maybe a few months after that had happened. It was at the end of the year, perhaps.
Yes.
You know, that she had kind of processed it, digested it a bit more.
There's a few of the players having terrific days, aren't they? Jennifer Kupcho, Yulio, Saki, Baba. But it has to be remembered the leader's 4 under for the round.
Yeah, she's not exactly letting them get in.
Far, far from it. Yeah, it's been a fun watch, hasn't it? Here at Chichong Garden Golf Club. 5th edition of this Buick LPGA Shanghai.
th green now. Ying Shu for a birdie. Nearly bounces back after her slip up at 10.
No blemishes on the card today for Miyu Yamashita, who continues to impress in this rookie season.
Yeah, on the long par 4 12th. Oh, and she's judged that well. What a fantastic shot. Getting better all the time.
She will love that when she gets up there and sees. She won't be able to see from where she is down there, but that was wonderfully played.
Tony Bay just raced her birdie putt a little bit past. Oh, and just pulled that one.
My goodness. Nowhere near it in the end. That has really hurt her momentum.
And these ones chasing just can't afford to have bogeys.
Yeah, that's arguably ended her campaign. Fun hole, the 11th. This dance floor's got all sorts of moves on it, so it's all about landing it in the right spot.
This raised tee box and this right flag, 144 yards to it. Plays a couple down the hill that there is a breath of wind into. 8 iron for Katsu.
And into that swallow. You'll be quite happy to feel a bit of breeze out there, Sophie.
Oh, I will, but I thought we were going to talk about the dance floor. So you had some moves last night in Shanghai, George.
You're getting quite the reputation, George.
Yeah, it's not sure. Not sure I know you guys well enough to be casting all these versions of myself.
We only say what we see.
We were just taking in the culture and the scenes. Right, this is 8 iron as well for Gino. I know she's hit a great one into the 10th hole. It's a lot of clubs, so this 3/4 8 iron is going to come in handy here.
As if she's just been between clubs a few times, Sophie, just going with the longer club.
It's certainly something that has developed in Gino's game, the more controlled shots over the years. She's also mentioned she'd like to improve her short game as well. So Minji Lee next up. That bunker really shouldn't be an issue. It's only 134 to carry it.
Yeah, and once again, this part of the green is grabbing all the attention, and all 3 players in this final grouping event, which means everyone's still here on Sunday.
Oh, what a frustrating drop for Jenny Bay. And you've seen that Scheffler-like shuffle with both her feet moving, generating the power you can see there. Beautiful approach at 12 from Miyu Yamashita. And this would take her alongside Minjee Lee in 3rd place. Yeah, so in 2nd, 3rd, tied are the numbers 1, 2 and 3 on the race to CME Globe. Thitikul's number 1, Minjee Lee's number 2, Yamashita's number 3. Fair to say the cream has risen to the top in Shanghai.
Some firepower chasing Katsu behind.
Yeah, if she gets this done, Minami Katsu, it will be well earned and deserved. But some working out to do here.
Sure is. This low point at the back of the 11th hole is where all 3 players find themselves. Katsu's ball's off the green, so she can't mark it, clean it, put the line on. And she's almost the guinea pig here. The other 2 will be sneaking in to see which way this one goes and how slow is it. The shadow of the flag, that looks like a nice little line for her to take. But really, this is slow, especially in that 2nd, 3rd.
Needs to sit. Plenty of golf to be played from there.
Yeah, you got a lovely view there of what she was facing there. Kind of up over, as Sophie said, and then back down towards the hole.
Starting to see some shine on these greens, and I know, you know, I'm talking about the bent grass, and bent grass shouldn't have any form of grain in it as such, but there's a certain shine to it. And look, they're tired out now after 4 days of golf on them. There wasn't a great deal of grass to start with, so if you're hitting it outside of 20 feet, it really is kind of take 2 putts and get out of there. I was amazed to see how many putts dropped on the first day when I was out with Minjee Lee and Gino Thitikul.
Yeah, absolutely, Sophie. I think all 3 of these players would take a 2-putt from where they are.
I just think they just turned it off the tee. There was a bit of right to left wind, and they all had too much club in their hand, and sometimes you swing it a bit slower and then the wrists just get active and the face shuts down. Final message from Mikey Patterson maybe is this one straighter than it looks, because she's foot more from the right hand side than Katsu. That back kind of slope won't come into play that Gino Thitikul stood on, so this one outside right.
You could see that just settle in a little depression on the green. But not bad from Minjee.
Well, Yamashita's shown us how you do it. Clear that bunker, let it release.
Pretty nicely done there from Somi Lee.
Gino's more on the line of Minami's, so there's got to be some left to right early on in her mind, and then she saw Katsu's dive off to the left at the end. How she sets the shoulders nice and square here, keeps the putter face low.
Okay, that's pretty good. Should be able to mop that up.
Back to 12, Jenny Bay.
She's seen 2 good shots in from her playing partners. And she follows them. 3 good chances.
All right. We've seen 3 lag putts, but this one holds the most importance. It's at that very awkward 6, 7, maybe even 8 feet zone here.
Yeah, she really raced this one past. She's been very solid in these so far, though, today. But we're coming down. The holes are starting to run out.
Yeah, she's gone back-to-back birdies on 9 and 10. All of a sudden at 11, it's a different type of pressure on this putt. Can she stand tall? Nerves of steel once again. Katsu, quite remarkable.
She's just not giving these chasing too much of a chink, is she?
And it's good to see. It's so good to see that she is standing up and she's somewhat putting pressure on the world #1. She's gone for a dance saying, come with me. Keep up if you can.
Absolutely. And Thitikul just going first. I think Minjee would have been standing in her line.
She hits her small putts so soft.
Yeah, which on these greens, which are a little bit bumpy, you just never quite know.
They very rarely smash the
Trying to see if she can threaten the hole. Right hand tee. And that's a super tee shot. Just off the back of a couple of bogeys as well for the Chinese player. On to 12, Somi Lee.
Every time we see Somi Lee, she seems to have about a 20-footer for birdie. That's kind of been what she's been doing today. Unlucky.
Well, she's taken a long time over this, Minjee Lee. This is live for par.
sneaks it in. Par's a par, but she is running out of time. Minjee Lee of Australia. She's certainly got birdies in it. She knows how to make a run.
This traditionally has played one of the hardest holes on the golf course.
It has. It's usually back into the breeze, but we've not really had much of that breeze. But at 413 yards, it's still a long hole. You've got that bunker down the left, just guarding that left-hand side. And it's really just trying to avoid this one on the right at 267. If you can get a good drive away with the lack of wind, you're probably going to leave yourself a kind of 6, maybe 5, 6 iron into this green. And today it's just in that back section, but there's a ridge that runs right across the middle of the green. So if you can just carry over that bunker, as we saw Yamashita do, it kicks on down to the hole.
Well, this is for a birdie for Jenny Bay here, and well, that's unbelievable. It was turning towards the hole, and then just when it got a foot away, it just moved the other way. Got a coach here with her this week, Jenny Bay, which I'm sure is a big help. And we're looking back to the tee where the tournament leader, the world #1 and the world #4 are waiting to fire.
Well, remember yesterday, Katsu holed that big par putt on the 11th and then went and three-putted from nowhere on 12. So let's see if she can get her own back here. Driver.
Yeah, not made a par down this hole yet this week. That's a fine start.
Very good start.
There's no wind whatsoever. I'm looking at the flags that ring the putting green, and they're gently floating from right to left, which will bring the bunker at 261 yards into play, as well as the long one down the left-hand side. Long, narrow fairway, this.
Another one right down the middle.
Minjee Lee's got a full schedule coming up. She's playing Korea, International Crown. Also taking another week off after that, and we'll tee it up again in Asia. She is hoping to capture that race to CME #1 spot at the end of the season.
Not happy with this one. Now
Ooh,
that
that's
is
left.
Is that in the water?
I will go and find out. Bear with.
Yeah, well, she's already 5 adrift of Minami Katsu, and that may be one mistake too far. Well, for 20 years, Buick has walked side by side with Chinese golf, supporting its rise and celebrating its milestones, marking 5 years of partnership with the LPGA Buick, presenting the Century Champions Edition, inspired by the iconic LPGA Goddess Trophy. Well, we're not far from downtown Shanghai, about 30 kilometers in the Minhang district. And this is the shape of affairs right now. No problems for the top 2 down the 12. Maybe big problems, though, for Minjee Lee after that tee shot. Miyu Yamashita sticking around.
She is, and with 13 and 17, potentially reachable. You never know, an eagle.
65 from Gabby Lopez, Mexico's finest of this era. Obviously her mentor, Lorena Ochoa. Carlota Ciganda having a fabulous weekend, 11 under par the last 2 days. Steph Kiriakou finishing with a round of 67, and we saw a birdie from Ronin Yin at 16 on her way to a round of 68, just outside the top 20 for the defending champion.
Yeah, nice recovery from her. She would have had a lot on her plate this week, coming back to defend. She's had some time off, so worked into it nicely and finished strong, which is pleasing, much like Jennifer Kupcho.
Yeah, and Casey Porter. Nice 4 under par, 68 to finish.
And a really fabulous final round from Yu Liu, climbing the leaderboard. A lot of money up for grabs this week as well. $315,000 for the winner. Almost $100,000 even for finishing in 5th place. Everyone will get a bank transfer at the end of the week. Well, it's another week and another week where Gino Thitikul is in contention on the LPGA Tour. You can only probably count on one hand over the last 2 years where she hasn't been. And there is evidence of that. This year, she's had 11 top 10s in 17 starts. That includes a win and 4 runner-up finishes. Last year, she spent the first few months out injured. She still managed 2 wins and 10 other top 10 finishes in 17 starts. I mean, 16 more in that period since the start of 2022 than Nelly Korda. I mean, she is emerging as one of the highest class players we've ever seen on the LPGA Tour.
Amazing to see, and we're going to need plenty of talent to get out of this spot of bother.
Well, we wondered where Minjee Lee's board gone. Sophie?
To the beach, but not the ocean. Luckily for Minjee Lee, she hit a little reiki pull off the third. She's done the same here with driver. She's got 170 yards to that back flag. The minimum carry here is 155 yards over the great big bunker that protects this hole. Lie's good, and she's got a good 14 yards between ball and lip here. 6-iron.
It's so easy to do that out bunker.
And right up against the collar of rough there. That looks pretty awkward, but long way below the surface of the green as well for her third. And chances you feel fading right here.
159 yards left for Thitikul. 7-iron. Funnel pin here on the 12th. Plays slightly up the hill.
Trying to edge its way closer.
The par 5 13th, a layup hole for many, including Jenny Shin. Can she dart one in there, a low spinner? Wow, she nearly darted into the hole. Tremendous effort.
That low spinner nearly spun right in.
Johnny Scott has just pointed to those flags on the putting green, so it's slightly into, so they're going to grip down on this 7-iron from 153 yards.
Oh, it's another beauty from Minami Katsu. Getting better all the time.
It was indeed very similar to Yamashita's shot that she hit.
Exactly what I was thinking. And talking of Yamashita.
Here she is on 13. Another good look for birdie. She's coming good. A little bit more work than she would have liked. Caught that a little heavy.
Young American Austin Kim.
Yeah, having a better week. She's missed the cut in 4 of her last 5 starts after trying her best to push Minjee Lee in the heat at Frisco at the KPMG Women's PGA. 12 under par, a really talented player.
Yamashita taking her time over this birdie look. A very clean scorecard today, but this a chance for back-to-back birdies for the first time this afternoon. Minami Katsu was the runner-up at the AIG Women's Open when Yamashita got the chocolates. Maybe roles will be reversed today. This is a big reason as to why she's a major champion, this club right here.
Well done there. And up to 17 under and 4 behind now.
Watching her on the putting green this morning, warming up, just putt after putt, she just kept repeating from 10, 15 feet, and I saw her miss about 1 from 6, just banging them in. Silky smooth, and well, we're going to need some silky smooth hands here.
Oh, this is like my grass at home. Needs a good cut. Look at that. I mean, there's up against the collar and there's up against the collar. I would say that's 5 inches of rough beyond her. And then the fairway. So she's set up like she's going to hit a bunker shot here, because she always has to have a feeling that the grass will act like sand, you know, cushion it a bit. She's got 10 yards of fairway fringe before it hits the putting surface.
No, it's not.
I think you've done well to get into the back of the ball here. It's quite an unknown shot. Oh, look at that.
That is a touch. The way Katrina, she hovered the club there just before she decided to release the club.
She just couldn't quite get the club behind. There's so much grass, like Sophie was saying, about a good 5 inches of grass, and popped that up just like a bunker shot, but still difficult to judge. Had to keep the speed up through that thick grass. Watch this. Yep. That's the thing. You've really got to keep the speed up in those little short shots.
All those hours on the chipping and putting green, playing against.
Yeah, against her brother. Yeah, it pays off at times like that. Lindy Duncan over at 14.
Oh, nearly very good. And I was actually just looking at the stats for this hole, and for the shortest par 4, it's playing the 2nd most difficult hole today.
There's some movement. There's some movement on this one for Gino. A couple of cups from left to right.
For so long, looks so good. Wonderful effort.
How good was the energy from the gallery there? Every roll they built up, didn't they?
Trying to urge it in. Remains 19 under. Remains in 2nd place. And now it's the turn of the leader.
I like what she does on her putt. She breaks them down, all of them, into 3 sections. It's very much like Scotty Scheffler. It's part A, B and C to it, and then just stares down this line. So careful in what she does. Should be pretty flat. You look at it, you think, well, it has to be downhill, doesn't it? But then you've just seen Gino's ball curl back up towards Katsu's. This whole green seems to move from left to right. There's not a whole lot in this birdie putt for Katsu. I would not be leaving the hole.
Wonderful, relentless, and pushing away again. Minami Katsu stretches that lead to 3 with 3 birdies in the last 4 holes. She looks determined to get that winning feeling on the LPGA Tour for the first time.
She certainly does. She's just looking so confident over the putter. Any little chink she's had, she's managed to hold the putt.
She'll be walking to this 13th hole with her tail up. Somi Lee, her chance to get one close. Very much a birdie hole at the moment is the 13th.
Yamashita on the 14th tee, now 5 behind, thanks to that birdie from her compatriot.
Yeah, just a positional shot off this 14th. Keep it short of those bunkers and just leave yourself a little gap wedge to that flag.
Now, you remember when I said the last two winners of this event, Angel Yin and Ronin Yin, opened up with rounds of 70 on day one.
Come on, what did Katsu have?
Well, I think you know where I'm going. Minji Lee, unfortunately, after that delightful chip shot, makes a bogey, so she's lost 2 shots here, and you'd have to say that is that for her.
You would have to think so now. That's going to be her 7 behind if she pops this one in, and yep, her race is run.
Yeah, 70, 61, and then yesterday that's 68 from Minami Katsu. 61, the course record on Friday. Now she's only 3 behind the actual tournament record of 25 under, set by Ronin Yin last year.
And the way she's going, it would be no surprise if she gets there.
Well, she's making it very hard to catch her, that's for sure.
Jenny B, 2 big hits up here on the par 5 just to get up green high, pin high. Pitch and run across. Oh, just a little steamy. At least she'll have seen the line coming back though for the putt. And here we go, the 13th, the first par 5 on the back 9. You can see these bunkers left and right. 276 over that one on the right-hand side and 298 to the ones on the left. A good drive here, and the longer hitters can have a go at this green. Otherwise, it's layup just short of that bunker, leaving yourself just a little gap wedge 70-80 yards into this pin, which today is situated 14 yards on and just 7 from the right, but you can see it kicks in from the right hand side. You can get a little bit of help there from the slope.
Yep, well said, Katrina. A fun hole. There have been the most birdies on course today on this exact hole, so a chance for Katsu to just keep on keeping on.
It's got to be because of that right pin, hasn't it? We saw it on the first day. A1 there for Katsu.
Yeah, and so if this tee shot's not too difficult either, with those bunkers on the left way out of range, you can really just grip it and rip it up the left half, can't you?
You can, yeah. You've got a bunker at 253 yards, but you really want to be like smashing it, and when you smash it you try and shut the face, which will get some turn from right to left. If you do hit it in the rough though, you won't get up in 2. It's the real thick patch down this left hand side, but with no wind it is a gentle away par 5 tee shot.
Good one there from Thitikul. We'll see if she's got the firepower to get there in 2.
Duncan now for birdie. Just off the green on 14, but a really good look. She seems to make the harder putts.
Up to 4th place on her own.
Yeah, this leaderboard's starting to change up a little bit. Shoe up at the green. Outside chance.
Yeah, got this to tie her amateur Chinese compatriot. Yes, and she has. So there they are, both the Chinese amateurs tied for 10th.
Well done. Yamashita. Forced into a layup on this hole every time. That bunker right smack bang in the middle of the fairway. And just, wow, she's just hit the wrong spot of the green there.
Yeah, we've seen most balls just stop, but that one just caught a bit. Jenny B now for birdie. Raced her chip a little bit past. But well done. She joins Duncan, at 16 under.
Yeah, good week for Jenny Bay. No doubt about it. Here's how it stands as we enter the latter stages of the Buick LPGA Shanghai. Exciting stuff. Once again, Japanese flag flying high. Also great to see some Chinese stars of the future.
Absolutely. Look at those two young amateurs, 15 and 16, and they're tied for 10th against the best players in the world.
15 and 16, I just think that's incredible. How young the players are all around the world at the moment and jumping onto the biggest stages.
Katsu now 8 under through 17 holes and got the par 5 9th, finishing on the front 9.
Conversely, Katrina, we were talking about who's the oldest player, weren't we, earlier this week?
We were indeed, yes.
Yeah, and you're not getting much past the mid-30s, are you, really?
No, I don't think you'll go over 35 to get to the oldest player in this field.
Carlotta Saganda.
Maybe Carlotta Saganda, Ash Buhai.
Yeah.
Thought you were going to keep that part of the occasion quiet for their behalf.
Well, no, because Katrina, you were competing on the LPGA Tour, much later in your career, really, than, some of the players we're seeing today.
Yeah, I played probably till about my mid-40s. Yeah, I mean, you get the odd player who does that now. Maybe obviously a Julie Inkster, Laura Davies, Christy Kerr.
But Stacey Lewis
just retired.
Yeah, as has Pernilla Lindbergh as well.
It's getting more unusual.
Was there something you noticed, any difference in your career from, let's say, your last 10 years versus the rest? Like, was there something you changed in your game, or did you just go, I've just got to maintain this as long as I can?
I think it's just trying to maintain it. By the last 10 years of my career, I had 2 children. So it's the quality of practice rather than the quantity.
Here she is, Minami Katsu from Japan. She is leading the Buick LPGA in Shanghai. And a very birdieable par 5 here. Needs it to sit, but to be honest, it's not a bad place. A lot of players have enjoyed that bunker throughout the week, and Sophie's right there now with the best in the world.
On the limit for the carry of the front edge. It's 237 yards. And she's got 3 wood in her hand. Looking to thread it between bunker in the middle of the green and right side of it.
It's leaking a bit further right than she would have liked. Oh, wow, that is deep diving into that dense grass.
And that's going to leave a very awkward shot off the downslope over that bunker and with not much green to work with.
Yeah, if you walk away with par on the 13th, that's almost a drop shot today. You mushed her now.
Oh, and I think that those few bobbles just took the bit of speed out the putt. Lee finding the bunker off the tee, just being forced to lay up.
Just a bit straggly over the last half an hour, Minji.
It has, just looking slightly deflated. Knows her chance at winning is gone.
Can't see the hole, but Se Young Kim can. But doesn't find it. Been that sort of day, unfortunately, surprisingly so, for the 12-time LPGA Tour winner. She's been in great form, hasn't been outside the top 13 the last 5 events, but very much so given what she's been doing so far today. Couple over for her round. This is Austin Kim. Jenny Shin.
birdied the previous hole, the par 5. Trying for 2 in a row. Might just try and move a little bit towards the front of the green, a little bit to her right.
Just grabs the left edge. Back up to 15 under par. Back-to-back birdies certainly do help.
Minjee Lee.
Had to splash out from the fairway bunker, so this is her third from 161 yards. Come on down.
Nicely done, using that slope on the right-hand side, giving herself a chance at birdie.
She pushed the limits. Pushed the limits there, but great bias in the end.
Duncan here with her second shot. The pin's just 12 yards on, another front pin. And I wouldn't be surprised if this goes close the way she's been playing today, and it is.
Yeah, really nice. Having her best year of her career on the LPGA Tour. All right, drama. Looks like she's trying to identify if that's her ball or not. It's disappeared a long, long way down into the thick rough here on 13. This is going to be a pivotal moment for the week. I mentioned earlier that even a par here feels like she'll be going a long way backwards. So, and with clearly with what's ahead, this is a really bad leave.
Bamport's got the rangefinder out. I mean, half of this shot is over a bunker and she's landing it on the downslope, trying to identify the golf ball. I think she was hoping it was plugged, but it's sat down in the thick stuff here, opening up the blade. It's a splash shot.
Nearly slam dunk. I think that was the only way she was going to stop it there. That was a bit of a hit and hope. She just had to hit it hard enough to get it over that bunker.
Sophie, that was uncharacteristic with that 3-wood, wasn't it?
This is the easiest bunker shot you're going to get out here. It's 20 yards. Lies fantastic.
Well, this is a big moment. She looks guaranteed to birdie that, whilst Thitikul is in slight trouble. We could be seeing a 4-shot advantage all of a sudden here late on Sunday.
Now up to Jenny Bay on 14. Short par 4. Tight pin though. It's just 3 yards to the edge of the green. Oh, and another good shot.
Seen a few of those from her this week.
Well, she took a medicine, didn't she, Gino? You could hear the grass, the thick, lush grass, as that club tried to get through the golf ball. It was a big miss with a 3-wood there. She'd have taken the front bunker, but the right bunker, you wouldn't have wanted to have gone in there because of the downslope that Minjee Lee kicked off. So she kind of wailed it out to the right, which is now she's got this lengthy birdie putt here on what will be one of the easiest holes on the golf course, knowing that Katsu is just a couple of feet away. It's uphill. Going to gradually take itself from right to left on her. This to stay in it, really.
Yeah, it does feel that way. You can see Katsu's mighty green marker by the hole there. Well, she's given it a good roll, but she'll have to settle for par. And she'll leave the door ajar for our leader to go even further ahead.
Nashta, 15th tee. Split between the bunkers. Perfect.
Well, imagine if both Minji and Gino don't convert here, and then Katsu does. Great 7-iron. Now beyond the hole, this one she's going to have to hit it up the left-hand side. It's going to catch the slope and move from left to right.
And once again, a chance evades the Australian. Katsu is grabbing this championship by the scruff of the neck.
She's just not giving them a chance, is she? This putt for her 6th birdie of the day and to go to 6 under. Very tough to catch someone who shoots 6 under through 13 holes.
Certainly not defending the lead, is she? It's very good to watch. So here she is. This for another birdie.
Taking her time on this one. I've not seen her go and look at it from the other side before in any of the putts. She knows how important this one is. This would stretch her lead to 4.
Looking to be the 6th player from Japan to win this year. It was a phenomenal golf, and she now holds a 4-shot lead with 5 holes to play.
Just. I think she thought she'd pushed that when it just caught enough of the right edge.
She did push it, but it went in. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, over at 14, Somi Lee. Well, they're playing for places behind, aren't they? Only Gino Thitikul has any real hope. The lead is 4, though, 5 to play. This is Lindy Duncan.
Yeah, she's had an awful lot of good shots today. We've seen her have a lot of birdie chances. Not her best effort there. A little demoralising for these chasing pack. You know, they're kind of beginning to feel they really don't even have a chance now coming into the back 9.
Well, certainly these players don't. I mean, really, as Jenny Bay misses another opportunity. I mean, really only now. I mean, 6 shots between 1st and 3rd.
Yeah, it's really Titikun's the only one who can put some pressure on.
And she must be thinking, here we go again. I'm sitting in 2nd place. There's someone else this week that's better than me.
Absolutely. Not her losing it, though. I think Manami Katsu's going out and winning this at the moment.
I do agree, but as Sophie pointed out, with that 2nd shot there, I mean, she put it in the one place, really, that she shouldn't have done at that par 5.
Yeah, you're right. She didn't. She had to the front bunker was the miss.
Oh, no.
Another that finds the fairway. Routine.
Well, as a leader, if you're making birdies, you're putting pressure on the rest, and that's maybe why the Gino 2nd shot went way right. She was trying to force it, trying to hit a high draw, get it onto the green, and it didn't work. Here, It's more about position. 245 yards keeps you short of all of the bunkers.
That's fine. Miyu Yamashita.
15 going up to this elevated green. The pin's just on the front right. Big green, this 15th. Just manages to squeak that onto the green.
One of 12 holes that feature a little bit of water, and featuring high at the top, Minami Katsu now has a 4-shot lead at the Buick LPGA in Shanghai.
Battle for top Chinese player and top Chinese amateur.
Yeah.
Between Ying Xu and Shou, the 15 and the 16-year-old.
Yeah, you think they might have a few more battles to come over the years. Well, Minami Katsu was winning on the Japan Tour as a 15-year-old. First of her 8 wins on that tour.
It's amazing how young some of these players come out. They're so good as kind of teenagers.
Yeah, we saw that tee shot from Minami Katsu. She switched to a new driver in June, and it's worked pretty well for us ever since then.
Working very well, isn't it? She's splitting the middle of the fairways.
Wanted to mention, she went past on the page there, but a couple of 66s over the weekend for Carlota Saganda. That's it's not really happened much for her, has it, since she won again on the LPGA Tour, which we weren't expecting, but that's a nice little fillip coming into the events coming up as well.
Absolutely, coming into this Asian swing. She's playing next week, and then I think she's having a little bit of a break in Bali, and then coming back for Malaysia. So yeah, as I say, for these players, you're wanting to play, give yourself some confidence, coming in with 266 for next week.
No one yet. There's this one.
Yeah, playing 162 today. They're playing from that right-hand tee. Pin is just right in the middle, but at the back of the green. And a very good shot. Another quality iron from Duncan.
Yeah, she's playing beautifully. They've been working with Sean Foley on her swing really since the end of last year, and she said that she had a few misses going on leading into this week, but they've ironed that out really nicely. In position A again, Minami Katsu.
113 yards. This is a gripped 50-degree wedge because you don't want to be short of this pin.
Well, she has got one hand on the trophy right now, trying to grip a little firmer. It's been really impressive, Sophie, hasn't it, what Minami Katsu's doing here?
It has, and you know, she's quite often first to play, but she's not like loads shorter than these two. But with that decision there, you see Minji Lee, she's like, is this the right club, Mikey? Whereas her and Johnny, they were so committed over that shot in there. I mean, I would have said like it's 111 yards, but actually told my player it's 115 just to make sure it did carry. that bunker, but once she was over it, she was done and dusted. This is 104 yards.
Just a fraction long for Minjee Lee. And Katsu's just putting the pressure, isn't she, on Thitikul, both playing first, getting the ball in close.
96 yards left for Gino. Ball slightly above her feet. That flag is only 5 from the left.
Lovely response, though, from Thitikul.
Well, that's what she's got to do. She's got to get inside and just say, come on, you've got to keep doing it, because I'm not going to let you have it that easy.
Absolutely. She's got to fire at every pin now coming in these last few holes.
And have a little chew on an apple by the looks of things as well.
License to thrill from here, for sure.
Yeah, you can see it's all been par so far on this back nine for Gino Thitikul, whereas Minami Katsu's had 3 birdies on this homeward stretch so far. This is over at 18 to try and finish at 11 under par for Zhao Yin. Yes, well done. Another Chinese teenager that is impressed. And that should see her climb the rankings on the LPGA Tour. Starting the week in 86, birdie finish for her.
And Yamashita now, after just creeping onto this 15th green.
Good chance for her to solidify herself in the top 3. If she can separate from Duncan and the likes of Lee and Bay, it'll be a nice finish to the week.
Yeah, certainly help her cause in trying to win the Louis Suggs Rookie of the Year race. She's just ahead of Ryo Takada on that. The EY twins playing on home soil this week on the Japan Tour, but they will be in Korea next week.
Yeah, it really has been quite the battle. 2 rookies winning majors.
And I know you mentioned it earlier, but you get the feeling these rookies, 4 of them from Japan, have come on, and I'm not saying that she needed a wake-up call, Minami Katsu, but, you know, she's been around for a couple of years, and maybe a little bit of inspiration.
A little bit of inspiration, a little bit of a wake-up call. I think a little bit of both. It's just kind of maybe spurred her into action.
We've seen this one come up short so often on the second day. That's because this last couple of feet just moves up towards the bunker. It's like the rim of the green here. So hit this one firm, Minjee.
Very good.
Yeah, it's been a tough time for Minjee Lee, really, over the last hour or so. But you can't keep her down for long.
It's been a bit of a struggle for Se-Young Kim today. Let's see if she can get a birdie here, though.
Oh, yay! In the back door. No pictures on the scorecard. A deserving smile. And a couple of back nine birdies to tidy things up.
Well, Minjee's look good in the air, which suggests that this is going to have some bobble marks on it. There's a lot of traction at the back of this green. It's, you know, you're not going to be short of the pin that's only a couple of yards off the front edge, so everyone's beyond it. So there's footprints and putts been hitting from here. Minjee's was dead straight, so this one might want to work its way from left to right. outside the cup here for our leader.
Just ran out of steam. Well, we are at that stage now where those putts become just that little bit more important, and a big one coming up in a moment for Gino Thitikul.
Yeah, meanwhile, Somi Lee on the 15th. You can see that pin way over on the right-hand side of this large, wide green.
Yeah.
Nicely played.
These greens are certainly a feature, aren't they? Huge dance floors, huge surfaces to aim at, but it's all about hitting the right spot.
Well, we keep going on. Minami hasn't won on the LPGA Tour, so Gino has to keep hold of that mind kind of thought and keep putting the foot down, making birdies. She's got a chance to get one back here. Firm. Hit it into the heart of the hole.
Chipping away, just got to keep chipping away. 4-shot lead down to 3. Minami Katsu still the huge favourite, but Gino's just got to do her thing.
She's just got to keep plugging away. She knows how difficult it is to win.
After that lovely tee shot, it's another golden chance from close range that Lindy Duncan fails to take.
The 15th, slightly elevated, quite a few greens here going up the hill. Ginny Bay's chance to have some fun in these final few holes, and yeah, tremendous shot.
Well, we've questioned it a few times. Is it a duel? I think we can safely say now we are at that stage. It's between two.
Definitely between the two, and I think that was a must-make from Thitikul there. Get now within 3. And it's like anything, it's just difficult to get over the line. If you're playing tennis, it's difficult to win that winning game. And Titikul's been there, she knows that.
Yeah, Minami was there last week, though, as fresh as that. And she was tied for the lead, playing the 17th in Hawaii last week.
Yeah, she'll have learned something from that. She'll know how she feels, what the adrenaline's like running through her veins as she comes down these last few holes.
Looking down at that 15th tee box, but across from that is the 17th hole. How important could that be? And Gino needs to stay in the discussion. By the time she steps on to 17 tee box, she needs to get within two minimum. This one just blitz it over the bunkers on the left-hand side.
Another fairway. She looks in control with that driver. She has all day.
And hitting first now, so she can get the good shot off, put the pressure on Katsu.
I didn't think the practice swing was that good.
Yeah, there's a few vocal fans that have caught Minji's attention, even walking off the back of the last green. 399 yards, slight dog leg, right to left.
Composes herself nicely.
And you'd get the impression that her brother Minwoo would have been loving that, but Minji's not quite that character, is she?
No, Minwoo's effervescence flows through every gallery, everywhere he goes. Now, our leader.
The upslope is 230 to carry, and once you get on top of that, it should release a bit down the slope. Flag today, front right. She just needs to keep friends with the driver. Quite a wide fairway, this one, though.
A good shot, well appreciated by the Shanghai galleries. They are fantastic to listen to more than anything. Great passion for the game. It's been an impeccable display so far from Minami Katsu.
Well, here's the player she finished second to at the AIG Women's Open. Pretty good. Not as good as Say Young Kim's by the looks of it. That's her ball there, close to the flag. Edging closer. Still a very nice lead, but it has been cut by one. 3 shots the advantage for Minami Katsu. And I know you can't hold them all, but you look at Lindy Duncan there in 4th place and think what could have been, really.
Absolutely. The number of putts we've seen her miss just from close range.
Yeah, look, certainly should have been 3 better, but the potential to be maybe 5 better.
There's Katrina Matthew just outside the top 10, having been outside the top 50 at halfway. A couple of 66s for Carlotta Saganda.
I thought, God, I'm not playing, am I?
Well, I'm sure you would have shot a couple of 66s over the weekend. I was actually going to ask you, Katrina, about your first win on the LPGA Tour and how that feeling was.
Well,
yeah,
a good part of the world, that wasn't it?
That was in Hawaii, actually, my first win on the LPGA Tour, and it was, I remember dueling the great Annika Sorenstam down the...
So similar, really, in the fact that the world #1 was your closest challenger.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that makes, if you can get over the line, does make it that little bit extra special that you know you've beaten the best around at the time.
And you won by 3, she's 3 ahead.
The omens are good for her.
No, I say, but what did that feel like at the time? I mean, can you remember, really?
It was a long time ago, but yeah, pressure-packed. I mean, trying to get your first victory on the LPGA Tour. You've got the world's #1. I think she was perhaps just in the group behind me, but yeah, you're just trying to get over the line.
Gejin Choi at the final hole. This has got a chance. This has got a chance. What a lovely way to finish the week. Round of 68. Leave it just outside the top 10. She could sell that for a few dollars.
She absolutely could.
Well, bear in mind that there is a title on the line for the leading amateur. Ying Shu would love her name on it.
That one's going to help.
She's very tall and she nearly blocked the whole pin there. What a birdie. 14 under par now. That gives her a 1-shot advantage over Xiao Wen Zhou.
Well, first to hit in again.
Yeah, that one outside, and this is 90% max, okay?
She's good at understanding English. It's about 80% there in kind of the listening. And she's just starting to put a couple of sentences together in the speaking, Minami. So 90% shot here with an 8-iron. 146 yards. It's like false front. Wants to play left of this flag.
Another good shot there from Katsu, putting the pressure right back on Thitikul.
That's all she needs to do. Below the hole, safety. She's running a clinic so far on the final day.
Elevated green here. It's only a couple of yards up the hill. In between 8 and 9, I feel.
Yeah, pin just 12 yards on. No excuses not to go dead at it here for Minjee Lee.
Would like to play a fade coming from the right half of the fairway. You're blocked out more. There's a small hump at the front right of this green. She's got 138 yards. Trying to work one off Katsu's golf ball.
Oh, and very nicely down. I think she just took a little bit off an 8-iron there and tried to slide that one in.
On the downslope here for Gino, so this will come out slightly flatter, which is why she has opted for a 9-iron from 132 yards. But a downslope also makes it easier to nudge this one from left to right.
And that is awkwardly close to that lip of the green, which would have helped it, but now all of a sudden a chance for birdie looks to be going begging.
This is up at 16. Par 3, where Yamashita, with that deadly putter, looking to try and make 2. Alone in third right now.
I think Katsu just putting the pressure on the world number one there, Thitikul, and she wasn't able to respond. It's just been relentless from Katsu.
It's been flawless, exceptional golf. She had a little bit of a wobble, maybe around sort of the 8th, 9th, where her swing started to go awry. We saw a few helicopters out there, but that's us getting picky.
Yeah, then saved by her putter on those ones. Just a couple of iron shots she hit awry. Hold some good putts.
Heading for another top 10, isn't she, Miyu Yamashita? She'll be matching Gino's number of 11 at the end of today, although Gino's obviously going to get another. Yeah, you think about Minami Katsu in that par save at 8, because if she hadn't made it, Gino would have caught her. She hasn't been caught at any time today. That was the moment, really. Shi Yuan Zhou finishes her week at 13 under par, closing round of 69 at the moment, one behind her fellow amateur from China, Ying Xu.
Yeah, she just needs to sit and wait now.
Devilishly fast, this one. She's got the lob wedge out for some spin.
And she's done it. Gino Thitikul has chipped in for birdie. And she's added some serious spice here in Shanghai.
That's what world number ones do, Katrina.
That's what they do, isn't it? A kind of indifferent second shot, but makes up for it with this beautiful pitch. Always looked good from the moment it landed on the green.
It sure did. Never looked like missing. Just when we thought she'd put herself in a bit of trouble. Look at that demeanour. Nah, that's nothing. I do this for fun, she says.
I wonder whose heart rate is higher. Gino's or Minami's when that one went in? That was a kind of an unexpected one there. Sometimes first in wins, doesn't it, as well? But if you fill the cup up here with birdie, that really does hold proceedings. It's got to stay in this present here. Use that slope that Gino chipped down onto. It's going to go from right to left, especially as it loses pace at the end.
Without a doubt, that has to affect her in some way, but the way she has performed this afternoon it wouldn't be surprising if she responded. What a big moment, and not only this round, but her career right here, right now.
Yeah, huge difference between being 3 ahead or 2 ahead.
Wow, that looked good for a long time. She'll have to settle for par, and now she will have to sit on a 2-shot lead, which is quite foreign for someone who's been dominant this afternoon.
Ying Xu, the teenage amateur. And you mentioned the difference between a 3-shot lead and a 2-shot lead. I mean, she probably steps up that green thinking I might be able to go 4 ahead here.
Yeah, now it's just 2 shots and a birdie to a bogey and you're all tied.
What an incredible turnaround. There's a couple of times over this weekend where she looked like she'd got away. 5 shots clear at one stage yesterday, 4 shots clear just about half an hour ago here. But then this young lady here, Gino Thitikul, is used to doing special things, and she has just done that with those back-to-back birdies at 14 and 15.
Absolutely. I think that's what happens when you've got someone of the class and world #1 of Gino Thitikul chasing you. Got to expect the unexpected.
Well,
or not the unexpected, probably the expected from Thitikul.
Very much so. And in the circus of what's just happened with the shootout between Katsu and Thitikul, Minjee Lee is, well, trying to make a birdie of her own. She birdied 14, and now this to go to 17 under and join Yamashita in 3rd. Can't quite get it done, but she must feel like she's just playing a side role in this movie.
And can I point out, this is the final group, final round. Minami Katsu and Gino Thitikul are both 6 under par for their round.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic golf we're watching. It's just a ding-dong battle. No one's giving a quarter.
Lindy Duncan, this hole's going to be interesting in half an hour's time. A great par 5. Risk and reward, and that pin is going to be very fun and attractive for some.
Sarah Schmelzel's at 18.
Yeah, the pin's right in the back today on the 18th. 35 yards on. It's in a bit of a bowl. If you can get it over the ridge, it all kicks down. Oh, just go straight at it.
Well, that's a lovely way to finish, isn't it? Yet to win on the LPGA Tour, though. She took first prize last month alongside Minami Katsu in the weather-shortened event, the NW Arkansas Championship. Both she and Minami shot 63s to open up, and then the weather intervened. This is back at 16. Just went left off the tee here, Somi Lee.
Yeah, had a lot of chances, just perhaps not quite hit it close enough today. We've seen her hit a lot of putts from kind of 20 feet.
And you just notice that the lead group, and in particular Katsu's, having to wait on the tees quite a lot all of a sudden. Which naturally all adds to the story, doesn't it? That's probably what you don't want, Katrina, when you're leading a championship.
No, not at all. Just adds to the tension. I think everything probably just, you know, they're all backing up just with the reachable 17th coming up.
Yeah, and there's been a theme on the LPGA Tour in recent months. The number of unique winners, potentially heading for the 27th unique winner in 26 tournaments. Gino Thitikul with all these runner-up finishes, sitting in 2nd place right now. Looking like she might be having a little nap there, the world #1.
Yeah, you really wonder what's going through their heads there. Katsu trying to get her first one. Thitikul trying to kind of erase the demons.
an up and down day for Jenny Bay. That'll be a par 3 for the American rookie. Keeps her in a share of 4th. Birdie putt to come there from Ying Shu in a moment.
All right, a chance for everyone to look at what's to come. Ina Yoon, wow, she hasn't given anyone at home a read off that putt. Hard to imagine that one falling short.
yeah.
But she is certainly one to watch, an enjoyable player if you do happen to be out viewing the LPGA Tour with your own eyes. Make sure you spend some time watching her strike it.
Well, chance to really put her foot down in terms of being top amateur, top Chinese player and top 10, which were given 2 more points on those elite amateur rankings. Yeah, walks it in. Birdie 2 from Ying Shu. 3 birdies in the last 4 holes. What a couple of weeks for her. Winning in Singapore last week, the top individual in the World Amateur Team Championships, and then this.
I know, it's going to be a real blow having to go back to school next week.
Yeah, well, she's left. She's
left.
She's doing it online nowadays, which is why she feels her games have really improved the last 12 months. Her education may have not.
Well, she's educating us this week, that's for sure, as Duncan tidies up, and, well, her face says it all. Frustrating day for the American, no doubt about it. Oh, now there's no water in the water bottle to boot. That's just salt in the wound.
Bogey for Somi Lee. 3 putt takes her back to 15 under. First drop shot of the day from nowhere, really. And it leaves the green clear now for the final trio, and we are in a interesting situation, to say the least. Looks like it's going down to the wire, Sophie.
Yeah, and as that putt missed from Katsu on the last, Gino showed no emotion and just stared at the leaderboard. Where am I? I've still got a shot. She must be feeling pretty pumped up. She's got 8 iron here from 162, so looking to go at the pin, catch the downslope.
Applying the pressure, producing the goods, and things are tightening up here in Shanghai.
What a fantastic shot, and no change of expression there from Thitikul.
There is a determined focus on her face, and her game's just gone up another notch or 2. We saw it at the start of this round, and now we're seeing it again.
It has indeed. Those birdies on 14 and 15. She's just really exerting the pressure now on Katsu, and can she respond?
Well, she'll have to wait a moment and watch Minji Lee's attempt here. Still a shot at winning that car that sits behind her. Front right tee box, similar pin to that we've had all week. This is also 8 iron.
It's another beauty. Good job. Well, follow that, Minami Katsu.
And going to give a bit of a line there to Gino Thitikul.
What is she feeling inside right now? Done nothing wrong, but things are tightening up, not just on the leaderboard, one suspects, either.
I think you're right, Richard. You've got to say that to yourself. I'm doing nothing wrong here. Let's just keep giving myself chances. She had a wonderful shot in here yesterday to that left pin. She's teeing this 7 iron back, so the other 2 took 8 iron, so she's hitting a small 7 iron.
Well, it's a terrific response. You heard Sophie say they just have to go a club more.
Yep, just with hitting the little shot, didn't quite get the same check on it as the others did. It must have looked good from back there where she was on the tee.
Well, the top quality of golf is top class. Heading for a grandstand finish at the Buick LPGA Shanghai. Between two, Minami Katsu and Gino Thitikul, and it's going to be the Japanese leader to go first here at 16.
Just through the back of this green, and we know how much she loves to get that line on her golf ball to hit her putt, so she can't place this one because it's not on the putting surface. It's going to bobble a touch and then it'll go from right to left, but this is quite a steep slope that she's having to put up from the best part of 20 feet. But it is for a 2, and a vital one at that.
A whisker away from a vital birdie 2. 3 feet out, that looked in.
That was a fantastic effort, I must say. I thought that was in, as you say, from 3 feet out.
But that leaves the door a little bit open.
Well, nobody's leaving.
Well, we're leaving that 16th for the moment.
All right. The 17th hole, she had to chip out from the bunker. So this is a long way in for her third. Whoa! Go on. Go on. That is incredible from back there.
And that's what we could be seeing from the leaders in the next group, perhaps for their second shots.
Yeah, that's certainly worth remembering. Par 5 on the next, and Thitikul's distance is far superior.
How much help will this putt be for Gino?
Lots. And the reason for that is it's a tough read. I always think when there's barely anything in it, you start looking for what's going on. So she can just keep her eyes peeled on Minjee Lee's attempt for a 2 here.
But that worked.
Very good. Always nice to see one go in before you putt.
Nice little move forward last few holes for Minjili. 2 birdies in the last 3, so she's alongside Yamashita for now at 17 under, although the Japanese player has a good birdie chance to come at 17. Looked like it was a pretty straight putt.
Really not much in this at all. If anything, maybe just left centre.
She's got the momentum. Needs to keep it. Birdie at 14, birdie at 15, and now for another at 16. Timing the run to perfection, the world #1 closes the gap 2-1.
Seven under now for a round, birdieing the last 3 holes. This is getting exciting.
And this is what awaits them. The risk and reward hole of the 17th. Yamashita for birdie after an incredible 3rd shot. She's let that one slide. Could you just hear the murmurs in the crowd after that birdie putt went in from Gino? The energy in the room has seriously changed.
Yeah, you kind of feel a little bit for Minami Katsu, don't you? You admire everything that Gino's doing over the last 45 minutes, but you feel for Minami because she's played so well, and yet it's far from done.
She's played so well, done nothing wrong. 6 under for a round, and she's nearly been caught.
And this will be good for her, though. This will be great for her character if she can get through this. Not only if she beats her, but if she beats an attacking Gino Thitikul.
I know it's a very different 17th hole to the one played last week at the Lotte Championship, but it was at the 17th hole last week where she was tied for the lead and made a bogey.
Well, there you go. There's all sorts of possibilities. Duncan coming down the home stretch. She just wants to 2-putt and get to the sheds.
Well, she's angry. I mean, she's hit so many close this week, especially on this Sunday.
Somi Lee, her second. Now keep a close eye on this. This hole's so much fun. And you'll see a lot of players throughout the week have ended up there with this left pin. It seems to be a gathering zone.
It is indeed, and it's really not that bad a chip from there. It's very one you would be looking to hole or get very close.
Here's a great angle. You can see the monumental bunkers. Look at the size of those. I think if you can just go straight at it, a little baby fade's great, and then even if you pull it a little bit left, it's not all bad as well.
Yeah, and you've got that bit of the slope on the green. You can just see back left. It will come back towards the pin.
A high and mighty draw is always the theme, and on this occasion she's absolutely flushed the pants off it.
Oh, just run up against that collar. That's going to be really awkward chip coming down that ridge in the green.
Yeah, she cannot believe how well she's got there. She'll be disappointed to see what is to come. Here it is, the 17th.
Well, clouds are forming in the air and the wind has freshened back into our faces. It's going to make this slightly longer hole. Thitikul will take it down the right-hand side here. 493-yard par 5.
find the fairway.
Oh, wow. Not only has she missed the fairway, she's gone down the left, which is the direct route. We really need to find out if that's just clung onto the rough, however, because that is a huge difference in terms of laying up versus going at it.
I can see it, George.
Where is it?
It's in the semi. It's in the semi.
Oh, perfect.
I think she could have inside 200 yards to that front left pin, and the LPGA have been like, I want to put a front left pin. I want to make the players go down the left-hand side. I don't know what Gino was doing there, but it's worked out all right.
Do you think she was going down the left, or do you think she pulled it a bit?
I think she had a little pull there.
Well, here are the statistics. 31 birdies today. Second easiest hole. So the penultimate hole is offering plenty of value.
Mindy's just switch, right? Just taking driver out of her hand.
Yep.
Looks like a red shaft there.
I think she'll be going left, Sophie.
Yeah, 3-wood then for Minjali. Down this left-hand side, it's narrower. I mean, if you miss the fairway, you kind of do have to lay up because it can get thick down there. And the run out, it's about 260 today.
Yeah, the players can't see half of this left fairway. It's blinded by the hill, but she's found that nicely with plenty of room to spare up ahead.
And just opens up that second shot with the front left pin going down the left-hand side.
I mean, only these girls can hit that fairway. I mean, no one else can. It's narrow. You said it's blind, but I think it's only about 15, 18 yards wide down this left-hand side. What will Katsu do?
She's staring at it with concern. We quite frankly have similar concerns as we haven't seen it, Sophie. All right, well, when we come back, we will find Minami Katsu's ball for you. It's all changing here at the Buick LPGA in Shanghai. Drama aplenty. Richard Kaufman, Katrina Matthew. Wow. This next hour of golf's going to be fun.
Yeah, it really is. And I like the way George says in the next hour.
Is he expecting a playoff?
I think, yeah.
I certainly am.
Yeah, there is the potential of a playoff now, and the playoff will be down 18 for a couple of holes before they would then head down the 10th. There was a playoff here a couple of years ago when Angel Yin saw off the then world #1 Lilia Vu. Angel Yin actually's had a difficult week down on the golf course. You'd have to go down a few pages of this leaderboard to find out. Only one player worse off than her on the leaderboard. Although she is having a better day today. She's a couple under. 66 to finish for Saki Baba, the former US Women's Amateur Champion. Some good rounds out there. 65 is the low round of the 64, I should say, is the low round of the day. That came from Jennifer Cutcho.
Yeah, she's had a really up and down day, up and down week. I mean, was right up there in contention and then had a poor 9 holes.
There is the aforementioned Lilia Vu, who unfortunately closed with a 74 today. So that at the moment only good enough for a share of 50th place. Ina Yoon with trouble here at 18. Her hopes of a first LPGA top 10 have dwindled here on Sunday. Found the water off the tee. Brilliant shot, mind you.
That would have been quite the par.
Would have been. There's no doubting her talent.
Right, we can see Katsu now awfully close to this front bunker. In fact, she's in it.
She is, and she will just be splashing out here, George. Well, Gino Thitikul is in range.
That is a huge, huge error.
They've moved this tee box forward, you know. It's quite an unusual feeling, especially because this wind's freshened back into their faces. Gino's tee shot would have been in the water normally, but the wind's back into the... Now this is about an 80-yard shot. Back into play.
And that's still going to leave her a long shot now for her third.
And on a downhill lie as well. Things are just starting to get a little bit tougher for our leader. Up ahead on the 17th green. Birdie opportunity back up the slope for Shu. What a week. What a day she's having. Another fist pump for the amateur. What a display. 3 birdies in a row, 4 in the last 5 holes.
To get into a tie for 5th.
Well, Lindy Duncan was disgusted, wasn't she, with her approach shot, tied for 5th. Ying Shu alongside Lindy Duncan.
I think the frustration of just seeing so many putts do that today. Slide past the edge.
Now this is Jenny Bay's birdie opportunity. She had a monstrous chip to get here, so she's done very well.
She's hit a fantastic chip from that back right, up against the collar of the thick Bermuda, over a knuckle, down the hill.
It's an amazing up and down. Look at this, waiting in the wings. As soon as this green clears, there could be fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice birdie there for Somi Lee. Bounce back from the 3-putt on 16.
All right. 1 shot in the rear. A nice fluffy lie. Sophie, this is when big moments, major moments, happen on Sunday afternoon.
First up, it's going to be Minji Lee. So she's got 219 yards, playing 230.
Oh, that would have looked all over it. It's just gone a little long onto the back portion of the screen. A nice little sighter for Gino.
Definitely a nice sighter. And just desperately unlucky there for Minji. Sure that there is a backstop there.
So Minji hit 3 wood. Looks like Gino's got the hybrid out, 210 yards. She can step on this one. That flag 12 on, 7 from the left. But this is a great look at it.
Looking to draw one in there. Sit down. It's jaw-dropping golf from Gino. An eagle chance all of a sudden.
What a fantastic shot. Showing her class, showing us why she's world #1.
Pressure is on.
Deep breaths needed. This is an 8-iron. It's her 3rd shot, though.
Oh, wow.
And that was awkward off the downslope, hitting to an elevated green. First time we've kind of seen the head down from Katsu.
I mean, there is a possibility that Gino Thitikul could walk to 18 with the lead.
Well, we would never have thought that an hour ago.
Golf is a funny game.
Well, this is the Aon Risk Hole Reward Challenge, is a unique season-long competition on the LPGA Tour. Players take their best 2 scores from each Aon Risk Reward Challenge hole, and you can see Gino Thitikul, well, she may be improving that in a moment if she can make an eagle putt at 17. Gino and Minjee have actually won this in 2 of the last 3 years. Minjee won it in 2022. Gino won it last year. This was earlier this week from Jennifer Kupcho, who said today shot a round of 64, used the contours to perfection here at this par 5.
She did indeed with this back right pin. She used the contours, just ran down there to 10 feet, and she knocked that one in for an eagle.
And it's not the first time this week that Gino's had a good look at eagle at this hole. Couldn't make it. That was on Thursday, wasn't it?
And she's actually going to be, I know from further, but a very similar line to that.
Yeah, there she is, leading with events starting to run out, trying to win it for the 2nd year in a row. And this was what she did just a moment or 2 ago, knowing she needed to step up, produce the goods.
Fantastic, a beautiful little draw with her hybrid, just landing at the front, and actually slightly unlucky, it just didn't come back down that slope.
Yeah, just ran on a couple of feet too far. I mean, under normal circumstances, you wouldn't say it's a complicated chip ahead for Minami Katsu, would you?
No, you wouldn't, but it is her 4th shot rather than her 3rd shot with driving in the bunker. No, I mean, if you were going to miss this green, I think you wanted to miss it exactly where she is, just short, nice little chip up the green, up the hill.
Well, I'm sure.
We saw Gino chip in on 15.
Look at that, 44 holes without dropping a shot for Gino Thitikul ever since she missed that short putt on 18 on Friday. Shot around a 66 yesterday. She's 7 under par today.
Katsu thought she'd hit that 8-iron perfect, but the wind just gusted into her face. Now, a chip and run here, off the back foot, hands forward. Needs to scare the hole.
Oh, she has!
Unbelievable! Just when the gap was closing, Minami Katsu produces something extremely special.
And what a smile there from Minami Katsu. Thitikul, her expression did not change when that ball went in the hole.
But it's been that kind of afternoon in Shanghai. Well, we said if Minami Katsu was going to break through here today, she'd have to earn it up against the world #1, the world #4.
Fantastic. Just perfect pace, just fell in the front edge. Was always going to go close, even if it missed. Here we go, we get a fantastic bird's eye view of it from here. Just ran in like a pat. Look at that crowd, they loved it.
She chipped in yesterday at the 2nd. She's chipped in there. She had 2 chip-ins in the final round in Hawaii last week. It's not something that doesn't happen to Minami Katsu, but it's the moment. It's producing it at that time.
Yeah, when you have to. When Thitikul's charging, you've seen your lead dwindle from 4 shots down to 1 shot.
There's still an opportunity for Gino to tie the lead with her putt that's coming up.
Katsu, I don't think, is wanting to watch.
Well, Minami Katsu has not been overtaken all weekend. She's either led in a share of the lead or on her own ever since Friday evening. First, we're going to have Minjee Lee with what is a very tricky eagle putt.
Sure is. Up and over a saddle from right to left, and then downhill at the end.
And again, maybe assisting Gino Thitikul there.
Absolutely, that ball rolled awful close to Gino Thitikul's marker. Give her a good idea of the pace and the line. And she had a very similar eagle try from here on the 2nd round, I believe.
Yes, 2nd round, you're right.
Oh, And Gino still has an eagle putt. She can still tie for the lead, and there's just been so much to-ing and fro-ing between these two, and Gino's been throwing punches at her, and finally Katsu got one in there. But if this is buried, then it's going to get very interesting. Even 2 putts is good. You don't want to race this one by. Don't let the adrenaline get to you. At least make birdie. Down the step here for Thitikul, for eagle.
Entertained. Even Minami Katsu's applauding. We are tied, heading to 18. What a run from Gino Thitikul.
And even a little smile there from Thitikul. God, this is unbelievable golf we are being witnessing here.
I was about to say we don't really want it to end, and every chance it might not after 72 holes.
God, that was phenomenal. The chip in from Katsu, and then the reply from Thitikul, the eagle putt.
And, you know, it was crossing my mind, the chip in, what happened at Evian with Grace Kim, and Gino maybe thinking, well, here we go again. But no, all she was thinking about was making eagle.
Absolutely. I mean, that's her 9 under par. Magic 9 under par, and you haven't caught the leader yet. Or you've caught her, but not overtaken her.
Well, she's been caught for the very first time today. At one point, she had a 4-shot lead on this back 9. Never looked like missing. Right in the middle.
Did it right in the middle, as you say. And what sportsmanship from Katsu. We saw her at the side clapping.
Yeah, I love that. She desperately wants to win, Minami Katsu. Minji Lee with the box seat to watch all this action. Birdie putt of her own. She makes it. She's playing nicely as well over this closing stretch. That's 3 and 4. She's alone in 3rd now.
Yeah, that was a big putt there for Minji Lee, getting her into solo 3rd.
Well, well, well. What incredible action. Thrilling. Well played, both Gino Thitikul and Minami Katsu, because, you know, Katsu's made a birdie from finding the bunker off the tee, and Gino, well, did what she needed to do, really, under the circumstances.
Just a fantastic hybrid there, wasn't it? Towering, little draw, landed just at the front of the green. But then this, after being in trouble off the tee, hitting the 8-iron, coming up short.
So that meant, at the time, she chipped in for a 2-shot lead, but this putt saw that 2-shot advantage disappear. Eagle 3 from the world #1. And the sportsmanship, absolutely fantastic. What a 17th hole. And now we got the thrill of the closing par 4 18th with Gino Thitikul and Minami Katsu tied at 24 under par.
And Gino Thitikul's tended to hit 3-wood off this tee, so we'll see what she does today.
Wow, catch your breath. Everybody that speaks English just looks at me and said, can you believe that? As I mentioned, the wind has strengthened. It's from right to left. It's helping, which is why Gino, who I'm sure is pretty fired up anyway, is going to hit a 3-wood, because a driver gets into the slim neck of this fairway and brings in water and thick stuff down the left. So this is a 3-wood for Thitikul, par 4, 18th hole.
under par for her last 4 holes.
And there you go, on the fairway. Follow that, Minami Katsu.
Minji Lee to go next.
Same play. There's some willow trees on the left-hand side that you're trying to not get behind, really.
Well, they like that back on the tee. That's why. So just coming up against that first cut of rough.
Driver for Katsu. This wind quite hard from right to left now, so she'll be aiming at the fairway bunkers on the right-hand side at 260 yards from the tee box.
Oh, and the hands come off. Just got to hang on that left side. Just jumped into the first cut, but absolutely perfect there.
What a chance for us to catch our breath after some enthralling action. It is going right down to the final putt at this Buick LPGA Shanghai. And here's the other little side plot. In charge of finishing as the top amateur, the top Chinese player, and to wrap up a top 10 finish on her LPGA Tour debut for Ying Xu.
And this to finish with 4 birdies in a row.
Not to be, but with that top 10 finish, 2 more points to the LPGA Elite Amateur Pathway after picking up 2 last week at the Espirito Santo Trophy. What a performance from the 16-year-old. 16 under par, tied for 6th.
Yeah, what an impressive weekend there. 65, 68. She's got to be so pleased with that performance.
Yeah, twice a winner on the China Tour professional wins this year, and then stepping into the LPGA Tour and more of the same. This will be worth a few dollars. Sonny Lee can pop it in. Yeah, jumps out of a tie for 6th into a share of 4th. So a birdie finish for a round of 69. Well, this is the hole really that upended Jenny Bay's chances on Friday afternoon. Enough to get a little bit of revenge here. Not to be. Wants to move alongside Minji Lee in 3rd. She's entertained us though, hasn't she, Jenny Bay?
She has indeed. It's been fun watching her tie in a top 5, progressing nicely in her rookie year.
Yeah, one of a very impressive rookie bunch. But that leaves the green clear for the main show. You can hear the voice of Bampop there talking to Gino Thitikul, the #1 on his green bib for being the world #1.
It's that familiar back right flag here. Bampot saying everything's kicking in from right to left. She's got 146 yards Opting for an 8-iron, so this is that gripped 3/4 one that we've seen all day long. Wind from right to left.
She liked that. That was right over the flagstick, just a fraction long.
Beanie, I felt that was a lot of club, you know. She was feeling pretty pumped up on 16 and she took one less. I thought she was going to get 9-iron and have it kicked down there. Minji's caught herself a horrid lie in the first cut. It's kind of sat in an old divot here. She's a yard closer. Will hit 9-iron because she has to get steep and into the back of the golf ball, and this is a bowl green. Everything should release towards it, and stay right of that pin if you can.
Yeah, you can see that big divot. She dug down to get that one on a very nice shot there.
Well, is this the moment for Minami Katsu? She's been caught.
.136 yards.
Just the breeze there. Picking up, was it, Sophie?
No, it wasn't, but I don't blame her for backing off this. This is a big golf shot right now.
Just caught the downslope and a big bounce. Trying to get closer.
Well, Gino Thitikul will have the first of the birdie efforts. It'll be a very similar line to Minami Katsu's. Honours fairly even, though. Dead even, as far as the scoreline's concerned. Both players, Gino Thitikul and Minami Katsu, at 24 under par. Looking for a breakthrough, Minami Katsu. Looking for win number 6 on the LPGA Tour for Gino Thitikul.
Lovely wave there from Minami Katsu as she's welcomed to this 18th green.
From Australia, Lee. 日本的Minami Katsu 2017冠军年，日决赛收获了8场冠军，15岁赢得了 KKTV 万德利女子公开赛的冠军头衔。She turned pro in 2017, 8-time winner at Japan LPGA Tour, became the youngest winner when she won the KKT Cup Battling Open at 15. 掌声欢迎来自日本 from Japan Minami Katsu.
Every vantage point is taken, isn't it? In that back, they're in the clubhouse, they're all leaning over the railings, wanting to see what's going to happen here on the 18th.
The start of the Asian swing on the LPGA Tour, and what a beginning it has been. We've seen the course record beaten by Minami Katsu on Friday with a 61. She had a 5-shot lead at one stage yesterday. She had a 4-shot advantage at one point today. But the world number 1 just chipped away at that advantage. Birdie at 14, birdie at 15, birdie at 16, and then that eagle at 17.
Well, she holed a huge putt on the 17th hole. This one on 18. It's outside left, a couple of inches outside the hole. Sort of back to all of the fans. This for birdie for Thitikul.
Not this time. And it's just wandered on a little bit.
But she gave it a go. So maybe giving just a slight read to Katsu.
Well, it's been a magical year in so many ways for Gino Thitikul, but you feel could be that bit more special. A major championship eluded her. All those recent runner-up finishes, the heartache just weeks ago in Ohio when she handed Charlie Hull the title. And now it's all in the hands of Minamu Katsu. This is a putt to win the Buick LPGA Shanghai.
This is the dream putt right here. And when you're against the world #1, you don't know how many chances you're going to get. They'll be left to right in it. It's not quite as much as Gino's. Gino's was a good cut from left to right. This one's slightly less than that.
She's going to tap in here. The first in the clubhouse at 24 under par. What a performance. But if she's to get that first win, the wait might just be a little bit longer.
She has given it her all, though.
65 when you're leading by 2 going into the final round. She must
Trying
be
to
thinking,
win.
how on earth have I not done it already?
Absolutely. 7 under par, leading by 2, trying to win your first LPGA event.
There's a little bit left on Gino's putt, by the way. I mean, I hate to mention it, but given everything that has happened in recent months, let's hope she knocks it in.
Here's Minjee Lee now for birdie. Kind of been forgotten in this threesome a little, but in finishing, going to finish third. Just inside left. Well done.
3 birdies to finish in succession, 4 in the last 5 holes, 68 from Minjee Lee. And her fine season continues with a 3rd place finish here. But Gino Thitikul with a putt here to force extra holes in Shanghai.
You are absolutely right, though, Richard. This is just about the length. We saw her miss.
I'm
Let
nervous.
Charlie Hull win.
Yeah, I'm nervous for her. Hopefully she's not. It's been an extraordinary afternoon. There is the Goddess Trophy that the champion will be claiming. So Gino to force the playoff. Not a problem at all. And the round of the day from the world #1, a 63. And it's not over yet at this Buick LPGA Shanghai.
That was a fantastic putt there under those circumstances, knowing what's happened the last couple of months. But what a round. 9 under par, 63.
No drop shots over her last 36 holes, 66, 63 over the weekend. She saw her good friend Roning Yin do something similar a year ago. She was on that green to celebrate with her. Could yet be her turn. But Minamu Katsu stands in her way, and we have seen already over these 4 rounds, she doesn't look like a player who's going to back down.
She does not. Every time, you know, someone's got close to her, she's responded. I mean, that chip in, Thitikul was getting closer and closer to her, trying to catch her. Minamu Katsu chips in on 17 just to keep in that tie for the lead. Off they go to sign their scorecards.
High-fiving as many people as she can on the way to the recorder's hut. What a final day it's been. And I suppose the good news is it's not over yet. Gino Thitikul and Minamu Katsu to play off. Minji Lee finishing in third place on her own. Working down the leaderboard there for Ying Shu. The top 10 finish, 2 more points. I mean, I know she's on 4, but she's a fifth of the way to an LPGA Tour card.
Absolutely, and it's only 16. She's got a good couple of years to try and get the rest of those points. Yu Bong, the first round leader, just missing out on a top 10. Jennifer Kupcho bouncing back up that leaderboard with a final round 8 under par, 64.
Yeah, there's been some good rounds out there, 64, but that has been usurped now by Gino Thitikul. You often wonder, you know, playoff, does anyone have an advantage coming into it? I'm not too sure anyone does, Katrina.
Tough to say. You'd have to think maybe Gino just a little bit. I mean, what's she, 5 under par for the last 5 holes? She caught Minamu Katsu, made the birdies to get there.
Yeah, Gino, though, is level par for that 18th hole, which they will play, whereas Minami's 1 under through the 4 days. And Gino did miss that short putt, didn't she, on Friday?
That's right. Just when the pin was at the front.
Well, you won't need
She showed her real class there with finishing with those, as you said, 3 birdies and an eagle in the last 5 holes.
Now, just to remind a few people about Gino and playoffs, it's quite interesting. She won her first 2 playoffs on the LPGA Tour. That was the JTPC Classic, where she saw off Nana Madsen at the 2nd extra hole. She did the same against Danielle Kang at the Walmart NW Arkansas Championship. But the last 2 have been extremely interesting. 9-hole playoff against Celine Boutier at the Maybank Championship in Malaysia 2 years ago, and then only a few months ago losing to Grace Kim, who produced some spectacular golf at the 18th on the shores of Lake Geneva at the Evian Championship.
And that was quite the playoff at the Evian Championship. But 9-hole playoff, we might need lights here in Shanghai.
Katsu looking to win for the first time, to try and deny Gino Thitikul a 6th victory on tour. They'll play this 18th hole twice.
All right, so we're having a sudden death playoff. We're going to play 18-18 and then 10-18 repeated if we keep going, right? Manami, you had the honor this morning. You teed off first, so you're going to go ahead and then Gino will follow.
Okay,
right?
thank you. Thank you.
Katsu's not been involved in a playoff on the LPGA Tour. She has won one of her 8 wins on the Japan Tour. She's got the driver out again.
Well, I wasn't expecting this on the 13th hole when that birdie putt went in from Katsu, but here we are. Playoff. That wind is still from right to left. It's not quite as gusting, though. At the TV tower in the distance is the line. Driver.
Nice shot. And she likes that one. Quickly down, picking up the tee. And that's perfect. And that's a long way down. A nice little draw off that bunker on the right-hand side.
Yeah, much better angle than what she gave herself in regulation.
Usually has such a gorgeous balance to her swing, and the follow-through does Thitikul. She'll need some composure now. Katsu in the fairway. This is a 3-wood, looking to do the same here for Thitikul.
And perfect. Just a little shorter with hitting the 3-wood. She'll be first to play.
Let's look back at how Gino managed to force a playoff here. Like Katsu was 2 under par through the first 7 holes. But she was on song, wasn't she, Katrina? She was knocking quite a few shots in close.
She was indeed. She was just hitting those little wedge shots a lot closer than she did in round 3. Setting out some good birdie chances. And she made one there at 8.
And here's another example of that at the par 5 9th. Turned in 32. So it closed the gap from 2 to 1. But then, as we saw, Minami Katsu stretched away with 3 birdies in the first 4 holes. At 4 shots behind at this stage, we knew it needed something special from Gino, and she decided to produce something special.
She did indeed, yeah. After parring the par 5 13th, she needed to do something and did, responding there at 14. And then the lovely chip in here at 15 after a so-so second shot. What does the world number 1 do? Chips in.
Which gave her the honour at the par 3 16th. She may not have won the car, but she gave herself another birdie look with this fabulous 8-iron. She would make the putt 3 in a row to take her 1 behind Minami Katsu.
And then the fireworks really started here on 17. Taking her drive down the left, and then her hybrid here, nice high draw, landing on the front of the 17th green and just running on there, setting up the eagle putt.
And you wondered, you know, it's easy to lose your focus when your opponent chips in to make birdie, but she was in the zone, I think they called it.
She was indeed, and no easy putt. That had a lot of break on it, down the hill, but right in the middle.
Look at that, great sportsmanship from Minami Katsu, applauding.
She must have been wondering what she had to do.
And given what's happened in recent weeks and months, this must have felt a little bit nervy and edgy, but you'd never know looking at that putting stroke in for par. And a round of the day, 63 from Gino Thitikul.
Just look at that finish.
Yeah, her low round of the week. Not the low round of the week. That's come to Minami Katsu with her Friday 61.
Gino is 9 yards shorter than she was 10 minutes ago. It's 155 yards. It's a 7-iron this time, looking for that similar shot, a 3/4 one. Keep it down the right side of this pin.
Oh, that's going to come in round off the slope a little bit. Very nicely played from Gino Thitikul.
Let's see the response from 132 yards, pitching wedge.
Asking for it to go. Slight advantage, Gino Thitikul. First hole of this playoff. Well, she's been in this position so many times, Gino Thitikul. Not so Minami Katsu, certainly not on the LPGA Tour. Inspired by her grandfather, Minami Katsu, started playing golf at the age of 7. Her grandfather's 84 years of age. He's watching at home. She wants to win it for him. He often shoots less than his age, and he's going to be coming to Florida for the last 2 events of the year.
What a thrill that would be for him. Obviously a very good player in his own right if he's beating his age.
You know, we're looking at 2 players at the peak of their powers, because Gino Thitikul is the world #1. She's the #1 in so many categories on the LPGA Tour. And this is as good, not just talking about this week, I'm talking about the last couple of months, since the AIG Women's Open, where Katsu finished 2nd. This is the best golf she has played on the LPGA Tour.
And she's even said that herself. She thinks she's in the best form she's ever been in.
Yeah, and she felt a win wasn't far away. It may be coming over the coming minutes, but at the moment you'd say slight advantage at this first playoff hole to Gino Thitikul. It's a fabulous setting, isn't it, around this 18th hole at Chichong Garden Golf Club. It's Minami Katsu to putt first here then at this first playoff hole.
And look how much she's missed that slope by with the approach. Another yard right, and it would have rolled closer and closer to the hole. And now she has this difficult putt from the top level on this left-hand side of the hole. The first half is straight downhill, and then as it gets to the hole, it'll flatten out. But because of the downhill, you don't need to worry about the pace. For birdie.
I was thinking about the putt she hole here on Friday across the green for around a 61. Not this time. And now Minamu Katsu faces the prospect that even though she has led all day today, all day yesterday, she could be pipped at the post by Gino Thitikul.
Yeah, she can only wait and watch now.
Into the hands of the world #1.
The spot that you would like to be at. She's on the correct level on this right-hand side and has left herself an uphill right to left birdie putt for the win. Keep it outside the hole here.
To take the title at this Buick LPGA Shanghai for Gino Thitikul.
Just kind of edged back up the hill, it looked.
And again, it's gone that awkward little distance past. It's back in her hands for Minamu Katsu. Well, if you're going to get your first win, why not do it taking on the world #1? Katrina Matthews with me in the commentary box knows all about that.
Yeah, absolutely. This is tense stuff.
Got to hold this to take us to a second playoff hole.
About the same length she had to hole to get into the playoff.
Okay.
Off we go again.
Hole halved in fours. Back down 18 we go again. And a reminder, if it isn't finished at the second extra hole, then they'll head to the 10th. I think Minamu Katsu getting confirmation of that.
Yep.
The referee did tell them on the tee, but you can
I
imagine.
think with all the excitement, she's maybe forgotten that, was trying to head to the 10.
I mean, don't forget, English is not her first language either.
Absolutely.
So let's look at this playoff. Our first birdie chance. I mean, both of them gave a good run at it.
I thought they both hit good putts. This one I thought looked like it was turning in and then stopped at the end. Excellent pace, and I think the downhill can sometimes help if you're nervous. And Thitikul just looked like that had to come into the in.
Just moved the other way.
It did. I think they both hit good putts. And they're zipping back down to the tee.
It's the 5th edition. These players looking to follow in the path of Danielle Kang, who won the first two, and the two Yins, Angel and Roning, who won the last two editions.
And no one's leaving. All the volunteers there, they all come from all the various different holes, coming to the 18th to watch.
And none of these fans are going anywhere. They actually limit the amount of fans they allow in. It's packed to capacity.
Yeah, it makes it nice for the ones that do get in, because they get a great view. Oh, she's looking a little embarrassed that she was caught on camera there.
golf in China, as we've seen from some of the youngsters, and the professional game is really blooming. You've seen what Ronin Yin's done. You've seen in the men's game the season that Marty Doe's had on the Con Ferry Tour, and Hao Tong Lee on the DP World Tour.
Followed him at Port Rush, where he had a fantastic week.
Miranda Wong becoming the 3rd Chinese player to win on the LPGA Tour this year. So here we go again. 18th hole, playoff hole number 2.
We've got to see a birdie here on 18, especially with this flag. But first, we need some decent tee shots. Downwind off the right. Drivers to play for Katsu again.
And perfect again.
I thought Gino's putt was in. I could not believe it didn't break from right to left. I stood right behind her. If you can get this ball in play, you can get so close to that pin. No one's done it yet, but you'd have thought 3rd time lucky for one of these players.
Nice shot.
She's watching that one a little closely. Oh.
Well, the penalty area is down there, along with the water. We're going to have to wait confirmation. Shake
There's
of
a
the
bunker
head.
as well.
Yeah.
That we saw Jenny B have all sorts of trouble in the 3rd round.
Yeah, you can see it from there, that bunker down the left-hand side, which is close to the water. I mean, better off in there than naturally getting wet, but it's not pretty in there as well, because that tree comes into play too.
Yeah, it all could be very much lie dependent if she's caught that bunker. Definitely advantage Katsu.
For sure. And this was the putt that Sophie was saying she thought was in, but broke the other way right at the end. The knees bent. And again, that kind of reminds me of the putt she had at Evian, the 72nd hole.
It does. She was so close there.
And we've talked about the heartache in recent months from her, and she hasn't really talked fully about it, but she did say that she had a few heart-to-hearts with her coach and with a good friend of hers. We're waiting confirmation of where her ball has finished. Unofficially hearing it may have gone in the water, but I don't want to say that with 100% confirmation at this stage. Gino doesn't know, that's for sure.
She's running down to see if she can find out where it is.
We got Sophie down there, but at the moment we just can't get hold of her. Sophie, any confirmation for us?
It's wet. It's landed between the 2 bunkers. So because it was 3-wood, he didn't have the distance to get into that Jenny Bay bunker. It hit the bank quite firmly, and then there was no sign of it as I walked over there. It went in by that red stake, I think. If you can have a look back at a replay, possibly, to get the exact point.
Yeah, the angle that we looked on it, we couldn't see. The ball kind of disappeared over the slope.
Yeah, I mean, it's not up. Sorry, I'm going to have to go and tell Gino where this one went in.
Go on, you go off. Heart sinks, isn't it, the moment you find out.
Yeah, there's always that glimmer of hope as you're walking down, and it's maybe caught the bunker.
And that feeling of, oh no, here we go again. And now your heart goes out to her, doesn't it? Especially given what we've been saying, the theme of the last couple of months for her.
Absolutely, and that's when you're world number 1. All the eyes are on you. People are expecting you to produce when you have to.
So she is there.
Still got a chance, though. This is her 3rd. Could hit this one in close, hold the putt, force Katsu to make birdie.
Listen, after what we've seen today, Katrina, I wouldn't rule out anything.
She will be first to play, won't she? So there is a chance here to hit this 7-iron close.
Ball's well above her feet though, Sophie, isn't it?
It is. Got that tree on the mind. She'll be able to carry it, but she'll probably want to move it from right to left. 156 yards on that side. Gripping down the shaft here, trying to swing it around herself more. 7-iron, but this is Gino's third.
She's got the advantage. The slopes and the green will help it, coming from right to left. If she can catch them.
How about this? Sensational from Gino Thitikul. The shots just keep getting better.
You said it, Richard, and she's delivered. My goodness. Katsu looking to the sky. What do I have to do?
Well, that takes skill, guts, determination, all rolled into one. How do you follow that?
Just letting the crowd settle.
Change of club, though, here, Sophie, for Katsu.
We've gone from a big 9 to a little 8-iron. It's 146 yards.
Yeah, maybe felt she just had to be a little more aggressive. Doesn't like it.
Well, it's not that bad. Again, she's going to have a putt to win.
Yeah, she's going to have another putt to win, and from a very similar point where she was in regulation.
I think identical.
This is fantastic stuff. That shot from Thitikul, after going in the water, thinking perhaps, oh, what have I done? Then to produce that 7-iron.
Because as you mentioned, the ball, we can see it here, is above her feet too.
Yeah, well above her feet, gripping down the 7-iron. The one thing helping her was the slope was all going to bring it in from right to left, and she just caught it perfectly.
And then Katsu had to try and follow it. She wasn't happy. I think maybe she thought she'd missed the slope again, and she did.
I think she knew she had just pulled it a fraction, trying to hit a little one, just pulled it. But did manage to come down that slope onto the right level, and a very similar, if not identical, putt.
Well, she 100% will know the line of this. Gino will be hoping she has a putt to stretch this one.
Yeah, it's in Katsu's hand. She's got the putt for the victory.
I like the way that the guy doing the
keeps
mic
announcing them on.
I think the crowd know who they are by now, don't you?
They need no introduction.
So it's going to be Minami Katsu to putt first. And once again, a putt that would give her the title here at this Buick LPGA Shanghai.
You're right, guys. This is the putt in regulation to win. The one in that first playoff hole was where Johnny Scott right now is stood up on that wrong plateau. She is down on the correct level. And this one has got some left to right in it, and Gino Thitikul's ball marker might just be a good guide here. The further you move around to where Katsu is, the more the little bit of slope comes into play. So it's not quite as left to right as what it's been with the Minjee Lee and the Katsu put earlier. It could even... She looks like she's aiming a little bit out that right side. This all just funnels into this cup, and she would love to fill up that cup right now for birdie.
much closer than that, hanging by the hole.
That was a fantastic effort, a bit like Gino Titikun's in the first playoff hole. They just think they're going to turn in and they don't.
Well, she had a huge advantage at this second playoff hole. Gino Thitikul still, once again, has to hole her putt to take us to a third playoff hole.
I think Katsu thought she had that one. I think she thought she had holed that one. And Thitikul now has another 3-footer.
Well, this would be one of the best pars.
Under the circumstances.
Yeah, certainly of the week. Got to stay focused, though, and make sure. What a par that is from Gino Thitikul. Found the water, not a problem. Heading for a third playoff hole.
And off to the 10th tee now.
Well, I did tell you the Maybank Championship went to 9 holes between Gino Thitikul and Celine Boutier just a couple of years ago.
We might need dinner brought in for us, Richard.
Don't worry, I've still got plenty of snacks stacked up. Well, it has been a really entertaining day. It really has been a wonderful watch. And it is kind of one of those days that you don't mind the action continuing. What twists and turns left on this Sunday in Shanghai.
And they're making their way over to the 10th tee, which was the third toughest hole today. One of the only 4 holes that played over par.
Yeah, a hole that Gino has parred every day, whereas Minami birdied it today. Remember, she knocked it into about 5 feet.
That's right, she hit a fantastic second shot. Took it on with going with the driver off the tee.
And it's a shame in a way that they're heading to, I understand why, because you want to kind of shake things up a little bit, but all those crowds over at 18, and now some are heading down the 10th, but you kind of lose a little bit of that atmosphere.
You do. I think the majority of them who are round the back of that 18th will be hoping for a half 10th hole for them to come back down 18. But yeah, there's a few of them you can see making their way to the 10th.
Yeah, he's played the second hardest hole on the course this week, this 10th hole.
And if we go to 10, we're just going to walk over. Johnny got some waters for y'all here.
Yeah,
Okay. Hang on.
A quick walk across the putting green to this 10th hole, and the wind is from left to right. Those bunkers on the right-hand side would come into play, hence why we've got 3 woods out here, 255 to those bunkers. Katsu with the on it, looking down the left-hand side of this fairway.
Well, she looks happy enough with it again.
Perfect position, right down the middle, just short of those bunkers on the right-hand side. And Thitikul has pulled, she pulled one here in one round, didn't she? Just into the kind of penalty area on the left-hand side and made a most miraculous birdie.
It's this pin position, isn't it? It's a torrid one. Same play for Gino down the left-hand side, like the wind hit it.
Well, she's run out of fairway down that right side, so again, if there's an advantage, it's with the Japanese player, the world number 43, Minami Katsu. Today, just the second time she's started a round as the leader. Yesterday was the first. On the LPGA Tour, that is. Well, she knew in her heart that she had to get up and down from here to have any chance of extending things.
Yeah, and a grip 7-iron, ball above her feet. Slinging it in a little bit from right to left, using the contours of the green. Down to a couple of feet.
It really is turning into an epic duel here. Katsu not happy with her second, but she still gave herself a decent birdie look.
Yeah, just ran down, caught that little bit of a slope and ran down onto the correct level, leaving herself a very similar putt to what she had in regulation. And this was a great effort. I think she thought she had it.
Completing the 4. Fantastic par from Gino Thitikul, which is why we are now at playoff hole number 3. The world number 1 and the world 43. Been a year for Japan really on the LPGA Tour. Katsu looking to become the 6th Japanese winner this season, which would be a record. She'd also be the 12th Rolex first-time winner, which would tie the most. And she would become the 27th different champion on tour this year, which would also break the record. Not one player has won twice on tour this year, but Gino Thitikul has the opportunity to end that run on what's been a remarkable 2025 season. Should just be Katsu here to play first, I would think.
Yeah, not much in it. It's looking like it might just be her. She's got a very nice look up there at the 10th green.
Katsu's got, well, I make her 1 yard further away.
Okay, 7 before the up.
I 36 before up.
Didn't quite catch that completely, Sophie, did you hear?
137 for Katsu, 136 for Gino, so
By a yard.
over to you. Plays 3 up the hill. Just will refuse to let her hit this short of the pin, so clubbing up here.
Well, she played it to perfection earlier on this afternoon.
And a nice 8-iron there. It's a very difficult pin to get close to, with it being so close to the front. Had it right on line.
Off from the rough with a 9-iron. It's got a better angle in, but will play slightly away from this flag, you would think, because of the false front which sits before her.
Just maybe flown out the rough a little bit. It's going to leave a very awkward putt down across the slope.
Well, once again, you would fancy your Masters. You fancy Katsu's chances here ahead of Gino Thitikul. Not that her putt is that straightforward. We've seen a number of players putt from where Katsu is right now and leave it short of the hole.
Yeah, on this 10th hole, all week players have been leaving it short coming from that right-hand side, so it's going to be a tough two-putt here for Thitikul as well.
Yeah, and there'll be people like maybe just joining the coverage, looking at the greens and, you know, wondering about those, Katrina. And we've seen a lot of birdie putts hold this week, but there's a reason why they are like they are.
Yeah, it's just been the excessive heat they've had here in Shanghai over the last probably couple of months, and with the bent grass, it just doesn't cope very well with that heat, so you can see all the kind of dead patches and sandy areas.
She's hanging in at the moment, you feel, Gino Thitikul. She's played some amazing golf today, round of 63, but in the playoffs so far, hasn't quite been at that high standard she set over the closing stretch.
No, her play over the last kind of 5 holes was quite unbelievable, but she's been, could we say, slightly ragged perhaps in these playoff holes.
Yeah, missing the fairway left and into the water at 18 on the last hole, missing the fairway right here. And as you're saying, she's got to come up and over that slope. Quite a few fans have made the journey down this 10th hole. Fair play to them. I know Sophie has naturally done the same.
Opting for the putter, it looks like here. So Thitikul's got that one in her hand. It's kind of down some stairs almost here. Drops off right to left at the beginning, that first half, and then it dips down towards the hole. There's a lot of movement on it from right to left because this green sits from back to front. It's at least a yard from right to left.
One fan, can she get it to the hole though? Everyone leaves it short. Keep going. That's a very good effort.
Yeah, that was really well done. And again, it's that sort of 3 feet or so distance left.
And again, Katsu has a putt to win.
For the 3rd time this afternoon. There's some of her supporters. Minamu Katsu with a putt to win the Buick LPGA Shanghai.
She just needs to keep hitting those good putts. Even I felt on those last few holes of regulation, she did hit some good attempts, and that's the feeling down here. It's downhill, some right to left, but at the end it wants to hold its line towards the hole.
I think that's why so many people come up short on 10. You could see that one bouncing its way down.
This way. 10.
Yeah, because you feel you're putting down the hill. You just wonder if the ball slides through, you can give yourself easily a 5-6 footer back.
I know, you really did get a good view of that one, and she had a few bits of the imperfections on the green. You could see it bobbling its way down, which just takes a little bit of the speed off the ball.
Well, hopefully they both can pop this in and we can head back to the 18th hole. They will alternate between these holes. solid once more.
Very good two putts.
Katsu naturally has to tap hers in to send us down playoff hole number 4. Well, sign of maybe a few nerves from the Japanese player.
Safely done there from Katsu. Not easy holding these 3-footers to keep the playoff going.
And if you're wondering, we're fine for light. It's 4:15 in the afternoon here in Shanghai, and getting the word there that it's back to 18. No birdies yet in the playoff.
After all those ones when finishing regulation, but they'll get a rider back over to the 18th tee.
Yeah, we have 2 players here that shot 63 and 65, but 3 playoff holes, and it's been pars all the way. It's a good effort, this, from Gino from up here.
It was indeed, yeah. A long-range birdie putt, really just trying to have a 2-putt. You sort of take that one little bounce and just leave it coming up just a little bit shy, but a good putt.
And this was Katsu's effort, which seems poor, doesn't it? But we know from what we've seen from everybody else who's gone through this hole, it's pretty usual what we see here.
Yeah, it was just so difficult with it being downhill, but having the bumpiness to go over. You never quite know whether it's going to run smoothly, hit a bump, slow it down.
So the short walk to the 18th tee. Playing this hole, what, for the 4th time today?
You should know what to do now. Do a birdie.
Well, remember the last time Gino teed off here, it went splash.
So she might be right side.
I was going to say, don't expect her to flirt with that left side again. Put this driver in the bag, did Minami Katsu, back in June, and it's coincided with her best ever run on the LPGA Tour. Finished second to Yamashita at the AIG Women's Open. Finished 3rd last week in Hawaii, where she was in a share of the lead for a while.
Another good one. Quickly picks up the tee. You down the middle. Just about in the same spot she's been.
Well, I suppose the good news is for Gino that the last time she hit 3-wood was on the 10th hole and she hit a decent shot. So at least she hasn't got that thought in her mind with this club. Remember, wet off the tee. The last time she played this 18th hole down the left-hand side. So needs to put that out of her head.
Yeah, looks a little more satisfied this time around. Yeah, that'll do very nicely.
Very nice. And they're eeksy-peeksy again.
Still nothing to separate Minami Katsu and Gino Thitikul.
As you said, here they are walking down this 18th for the 4th time today.
Well, a reminder of how everything finished early on. Minji Lee was playing with Gino Thitikul and Minami Katsu in the final round. She finished third. Miyu Yamashita, who won that AIG Women's Open ahead of Minami Katsu, and Charlie Hull finished in a tie for fourth with Jenny Bay, the American rookie, and Somi Lee. Lindy Duncan played superbly, just couldn't hold the bunch of putts that she gave herself. Jenny Shin, nice little bounce back after a poor Friday. And Ying Xu, the 16-year-old Chinese amateur, finishing inside the top 10 on her LPGA Tour debut to finish as the top Chinese player. Couple of 66s over the weekend, very profitable for Carlota Ciganda, took her just outside the top 10, the Spanish player. Steph Kiriakou, 67, Jennifer Cupcho, superb 64, only Gino bettered that on Sunday around Chichong Garden. There is the defending champion, Roning Yin, a round of 68 from the world number 7. I'm sure she's hanging around.
She's dusted off that rust, and a good friend of Gino Thitikul. She'll going to be watching this playoff with interest.
Yeah, absolutely. 66 from former US women's amateur champion, Saki Baba. Just outside that top 30. Many of these players will be heading off to Korea next week for the next stop on the Asian swing on the LPGA Tour. Both players in good position off the tee at this fourth playoff hole. Looks like it's going to be Katsu to strike first.
Yeah, maybe just a yard or two further away.
Just 2 yards between them.
He's got a nice full one, landing 4 yards right.
141 yards. This time, keep it right of the flag.
That's what she was looking for. Maybe wanted a little bit of release from it, but
Another good chance of birdie here.
having to fight for that first victory on the LPGA Tour. Gino next.
139 yards for Gino. It's a 9-iron.
Doesn't like it.
Well, that's a big break.
And that's down into that spot we've seen Katsu have 2 putts from.
I'm sure Gino's watched them too. Well, maybe after what's happened the last few months, she's due a little break. Well, it's fair to say Katsu delivered what she wanted to, and Gino didn't, but they're not quite equidistant, but not too far away from the flag for each other.
Yeah, not much difference. Katsu just played it, hoping, she was just hoping for a fraction more release there. Good shot. See her just think, oh.
Well, you can see the reaction from Gino after she hits this.
She knew she'd pulled it. Wasn't sure whether it would get down onto the right level. Just caught the slope.
Yeah, about 3 feet left of that, and it wouldn't have done. It makes a huge difference.
It certainly does, and we're going to know those putts just don't break quite as much as they've been reading.
Down to the putters again for the title. and played in great spirit. You saw Gino there just saying good shot to Minami Katsu. Minami Katsu applauding Gino when she held her eagle putt at 17 earlier. If you haven't been with us all day, there has been some spectacular action along the way.
Yeah, they're both appreciating the amazing golf they've been playing over this last couple of hours. Maybe a slight advantage to Thitikul failing to putt first.
Possibly, because we've seen so many now from here, haven't we? And where you are at the back of this green, there's a sprinkler head, and the closer you get to that sprinkler head, the more it breaks from left to right, and the further away you get, which is towards Gino's, the more it breaks to right to left, which is why I can't believe we haven't seen somebody like stiff a shot on this 18th hole, because everything funnels into it. I really wanted Gino to hit wedge there. She just keeps playing this kind of three-quarter shot, but luckily for her, it caught that bank and it came down. So this has got that left to rightness to it.
Still looking for our first birdie in this playoff.
Perhaps had the line that time, but not the speed.
So just another par for Gino Thitikul. And once again, things are out of her hands. And the opportunity here is for Minami Katsu. Just checking the hole here, aren't they? Maybe a little bit of damage to the hole, so the referee just doing a little bit of repair work. Yeah, she seems happy enough with that. So for the fourth time,
another opportunity to win.
A birdie putt to win.
Is she going to take one? And we've seen the putt from both sides of this hole. It doesn't break quite as much as the players have first thought. But she should know that now.
I was telling you earlier, the name Katsu translates from Japanese, means to win. Well, she's yet to win on the LPGA Tour. This is the opportunity she would have dreamed of over the last 3 years, playing against the world's best, and she is taking on arguably the best right now on the LPGA in Gino Thitikul. And this to win the Buick LPGA Shanghai.
It's just fooled them all. It just moves to the right at the end.
Still alive, Gino. Still alive.
Can breathe again. That's just dribbled on, left herself a little bit of work.
The murmurs from the crowd. Think about all the putts that have been holed by these two over the weekend. All the birdies we've seen from them. So this to take us to a 5th playoff hole. So we're off to 10 again. And if you're wondering, the longest playoff in LPGA Tour history came back in 1972 in Texas. A few names you'll be aware of: Katrina Joanne Prentice defeated Sandra Palmer and Katsu Whitworth.
My goodness, that's a who's who of women's golf.
Gina was involved in a 9-hole playoff in Malaysia 2 years ago. That's the second longest. And I know this is one at a stretch for people watching necessarily, but I was commentating last year on the DP World Tour in Spain at the Andalusia Masters, where there was an 8-hole playoff, and every hole over the first 7 was parred, as we're seeing here right now in terms of the first 4.
And we're heading back to 10.
Julien Guerrier, by the way, won that one.
Okay.
And that was for his first win on tour.
Oh, wow, the omen's looking good for Katsu on that one then.
And that's the surprise, isn't it? You know, I know 18's not a picnic and 10 is one of the hardest holes on the course, but given the way these two players have played, not just this week, but today in particular, you're surprised not one birdie. But you'd maybe expect holes being halved in birdies rather than pars.
Absolutely. I mean, they shot, what, 9 under and 7 under today, and it was just birdies galore. And I agree with you. I think 18, I'm surprised one of them perhaps hasn't had a birdie, but go under this pressure in a playoff.
Yeah, Sophie mentioned, didn't she, that she's surprised no one... Well, Gino did do that, didn't she? But only with her third shot.
Absolutely.
Well, I'd say it's easier to birdie 18 than 10, but, well, the way these are going, we might see birdie down here. 3 wood, that's the number. Left to right wind, 255 to the bunkers.
Yeah, that'll do nicely.
Katsu's played this hole better today in terms of hitting it to that tight left pin. Gino wants to find the fairway here. Every shot that she's had into this 10th hole has had to play safe down the right-hand side with her approach. Trust that wind from left to right. 3 wood.
Better this time from Gino Thitikul, not having to come out of the rough. That'll make things a lot easier and straightforward for her.
Yeah, much easier. Can attack that flagstick a little bit more coming from the fairway.
The drama continues in Shanghai. Low round of the day came from Gino Thitikul, a 63. She was 4 back with 5 holes to play and went on a run of 3 birdies and an eagle. Minami Katsu saw that lead disappear. Caught at the 17th hole on Sunday. Some terrific performances out there, not just Ying Xu in terms of the amateur stakes from China. Shi Yuan Zhou also producing a terrific week just outside the top 10. Arpachai Yubon led after day 1 with a 64, stuck around all week. 68 to conclude things for the Thai golfer. And of course, these are important points won in the race to the CME, because 5 more events before the Tour Championship to end the season on the LPGA Tour. So these finishes, for some players, really important. Saw Jenny Shin's name go through there. She's one of those who will profit from that. She's moved up to 55th on the rankings as things stand, with her tied 7th finish.
Yeah, she might nearly have just about done enough to stay in that top 60. Cassie Porter from Australia having a good last round.
Yeah, and she's just inside that top 60 as things stand. And the hope is, Katrina, that it is a moment of brilliance rather than a mistake that ends this deadlock we have right now.
Absolutely. You'd always rather see it won with a birdie rather than lost with someone making a mistake or hitting a poor shot or missing a short putt. Especially with the standard of golf we've seen today.
Gino's caddy Bampock just pacing things out.
It's the same yardage that she had into 10 earlier. It was 8 iron.
Like it? Just a little right on it.
135 yards. Plays up the hill 3. This is a small 8 iron. Flags 9 on, 5 from the left. So looking to finish this slightly long and right of the pin.
Go hard.
Go hard, says Johnny. And it's come up short. Couldn't get hold of it.
At least she's missed the bunker, though. We've already seen her chip in today.
Gino has been hitting so many 3/4 shots. I've been saying hit a full one. She's doing it now. She's got the full pitching wedge from 122 yards. Playing 1-2-5, wind from left to right. The green is clear.
Oh, the moment. Top class from Gino Thitikul. And is the deadlock about to be broken in Shanghai?
Is that the moment of brilliance we've been waiting for?
Chip in required, you feel, for Minami Katsu. You kind of feel about time, really, in terms of what Gino's capable of doing.
We were just waiting, weren't we, really, for one of them to pop one of those short irons in close, as they've been doing all day during regulation play.
Well, Minami Katsu's chipped in a couple of times over the weekend here at Chichong Garden. She's going to have to do that again, you feel, after this approach shot from Gino Thitikul.
Sophie said the full wedge straight at the hole. Perfect. Just a better tee shot, setting up that easier second shot.
Well, for a little while this afternoon in the playoff, looked like maybe Gino Thitikul would be finishing second again when she found the water off the tee. 4 times Minami Katsu has had a putt to win this tournament, but Gino's fought, kept ahead, and now has a big advantage. But this young lady has shown us she has the short game skills.
She does love a chip in. It would be a time to do it right now. Chip and run, cover the front and let it release to the hole.
Well, it was a good effort, but it will be no better than par for Minami Katsu.
And Gino Thitikul now has a putt to win.
Yeah, and all the putts we've had, all the opportunities to hole one, to take the title, none have been as opportunistic as this one. Won the Mizuho Americas Open back in May, and since then it's looked like she's going to win again at Evian, at the FM Championship, where she made the error at 17 to allow Miranda Wong in, and at the Queen City Kroger Championship, TPC River Bend, where she four-putted the final green. All of that can be wiped away with one putt here on the 10th green at this Buick LPGA Shanghai. She's done it. After all the recent heartache, this time Gino Thitikul wins again, and the streak is over. The first two-time winner on the LPGA Tour this season. You feel for Minami Katsu, but congratulations, Gino Thitikul.
You do indeed. Congratulations. Her fellow Thai players showering her in champagne.
The world #1 with a 6th LPGA Tour win.
And I think that one will mean a lot to her after what we've described has happened this summer on tour. The couple of near misses.
Her first win as world #1 as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be your companion to walk you through everything before and then. First of all, congratulations. Really, it's an amazing job. And also,
she's been winning tournaments since 14 years of age. She probably knows the routine pretty well by now.
Never gets old though, does it? This is what all these hours of practice are for. See the relief really there, really, isn't it? You have to feel for Minami Katsu a little bit.
Yes, hello and welcome to the trophy presentation. What a dramatic end to this amazing Buick LPGA Shanghai. To my left, Mr. Lu Xiu, General Manager of SAIC General Motors, and obviously Gino to my left. Gino, first and foremost, let's get straight to you. How amazing was that? Have you ever been involved in such a dramatic finish?
I mean, I had so many drama in my golf career for sure. I mean, like, to be honest, I play against Minami where she played a really great job out there. I mean, like, she crushed it out there on Tuesday till Sunday. But I don't know what's happening on me. I mean, like, I'm trying to make the best I can, trying to catch her. But yeah, that's what it is now.
How does it feel after what happened a few weeks ago to come here and get the job done in such amazing fashion as well? That must be a relief off the shoulders.
Yeah, I was just gonna say thanks God that's made me working hard to even like, you know, come to hear what's happened on the last event. Definitely still in my mind, but like to be able to prove myself again this tournament, which is such like a dream come true. And you know, like I said, I'm not carrying anything on my shoulder though.
5 under through 4 holes to get in the playoff. You must be amazed with your fight back there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, seeing her chipping in on 17 just give me some wow, goops. I mean, I'm trying to make the putts, but definitely I'm not gonna, you know, predict how it will in the hole, but like I'll let it in the hole and then, you know, just like, wow, let's go.
Awesome. All right, well, it's time to first and foremost get the hands on the trophy. Mr. Lu Xiu, could you please pass over the trophy to our 2025 Buick LPGA Shanghai champion, world #1, Gino Thitikul.
A 6th LPGA Tour title, a 2nd of the season for Gino Thitikul. Maintaining her advantage at the top of the race to the CME Globe rankings as well. There's no doubt she's done some soul searching, hasn't she, over the last few weeks. Her first event since what happened with that 4-putt on the final green to allow Charlie Hull to win in Ohio.
Absolutely, and you could hear her even just talking about that, how that she's proved now to herself. I mean, she had to hold some good little 3.5 footers to keep that playoff going, and she's managed to do that. And I think you could just see the relief.
Yeah, great scenes on the 10th green. But she's been hot from that scorching weather all day long. I think she got a few chills there from the champagne and water from some of her fellow Thai players. She's a star.
She is, no doubt about it.
Yeah, lovely smile on what has been a wonderful day. Confirmation that Gino stretches her lead at the top of the race to the CME Global standings. Minji Lee remains in 2nd place after her 3rd place finish. Miyu Yamashita finished 4th here. The top 3 all performing really well. And there is confirmation at the 5th playoff hole. Gino Thitikul emerges the winner at this Buick LPGA Shanghai. It's been some week, Katrina, hasn't it, really? I mean, today lived up to the billing.
It certainly did. I mean, we were just treated to some fantastic golf today. I mean, Katsu going out 2-shot lead, shooting 7 under, but being caught with a 9 under round from the world #1, Gino Thitikul, and then just fantastic.
Well, the tour will continue its Asian swing over in Korea next week, but a lot to digest from what we've seen here in Shanghai at the Buick LPGA Shanghai. It was Thitikul's time again. From all of us here, a very goodbye.